All right, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? I just realized I'm just in here. I've just been kind of sitting here. Apparently, my scenes did not play out. What is going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? I've just been kind of sitting here, screwing around. Apparently, my scenes, nothing's working. This has just been a comedy of errors today. Oh my God, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Let's see, Tori Tate. Let's see what we got. Was it Azores Tiger? Jamal Simmons, Scotty Jones was popping. Everybody was popping. Oh my God. Okay, so let's handle some. Let's get on right into it. Oh man, I guess I'll go ahead and tell y'all the. I'll give you the short Cliff Notes, too long didn't read version of my day today, and is why the Blerd Cave is late. We'll keep it quick. Basically, what's going on is that my wife, her car had broken down, as cars would tend to do, especially Fords. And basically, she said to go get it fixed. Got a call first thing this morning, about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. I had only been asleep for 2 hours by that point, and come to find out, her car is just dead. Engine is gone, just done. Just it took one of these. And so we had to go do that. So I had to spend most of my day adulting and helping my wife get a new car, because apparently in 2019 things have changed. I can make this joke. I feel it's appropriate. I can make this joke in a world where typically when a black man is married to a white woman, it is the black man who has the better credit score. Go figure. 2019 changes, y'all. Changes. This is what happens. Let's see. Rage Purdue, I see you in there. Justin Riley, what's poppin'? Okay, so that is what's going on pretty much. Here, give me uno momento, por favor, because these are all things I thought I had time to do, because it actually should have went to a countdown screen, not directly to live screen. So that's okay, though. YouTube is fucking up. I'm fucking up. Everybody is fucking up. It's just going to be a fuck up kind of day. That's what it's going to be. That is what it's going to be. That's just what we're going to go with. I'm going to go ahead and be brutally honest with y'all. I didn't even really have time to prepare anything, because that's my life today. But we are going to talk about some things. This is going to be a laid back. This is going to be super relaxed, super laid back, super relaxed. Probably the most relaxed. I know I said this last week. This is going to be the most relaxed version of the Blerd Cave. I think that we have gotten to this point. Going to be real with you. Just going to be real. We're going to keep it real. Oh, what's going on? Approach the Nerd. What's poppin'? That is a close personal friend of mine, Maria. Who y'all should go check out the channel. Approach the Nerd. Go subscribe. Hit all the buttons. And let's see, my man, Lemon Piece is up in here. Brother Bacchus is up in here. What's going on, man? It's just filling up. It's just filling up, man. It's just filling up. I love it. I love when these things happen. Like I said, this is gonna be relaxed, super relaxed. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna be talking. We'll treat this like What's up, Evo Rebirth? I see you up in here. What's poppin'? But no, we're gonna treat this. Honestly, you know what? I don't do these very often. I know I didn't label this as such, but now that you were in here, we are gonna treat this. We're gonna treat this like an AMA. You can ask me anything. I'll ask that you keep it respectful, but I mean, I'll answer roughly anything. Except for I will not give you passwords. You do not get passwords, but you can, and you don't get bank statements. You don't get social security numbers, anything like that. I mean, honestly, my bank account is worthless to you, especially right now. Oh, my man, Jason Brown, he's up in here. Don't ask! No questions. There we go. Boom. Cut the check. Here.
Cut the check.
That's what we're talking about. Damn, Lemon Piece is about to get passwords. I put a moratorium on it. We're not doing it. Okay, so basically, what's going on here? I just wanted to talk to y'all because, excuse me. Y'all are my therapy. I'm just going to be brutally honest about it. I guess, real quick, before we jump into everything, I do want to apologize. I feel like I've been a bad Blerd. I have been a bad Blerd. I apologize. I know, and I know I've always been bad about this, because there's a lot. I have not been answering comments lately. And it's not because I'm ducking and dodging anybody. The only person ducking and dodging around here is Donnie Cates. He has not answered my questions. That's okay, though. We're not talking about me. We're not talking about me. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's this? Why? I need to know why that alert didn't just pop up. I need to know. And by the way, that is Kev the Verbose. I appreciate that. That wild subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm not sure why the alert didn't show up, though. It's a little weird, a little disconcerting. I don't appreciate it. I think it's a little, not okay. Not okay. But anyways, but yeah, I want to apologize to y'all because I haven't been answering the comments lately, and I know y'all take the time to actually put the comments in there, and I should be answering them, but I'll be brutally honest with y'all, the last, few, honestly, it's a mere miracle of modern science and spirituality and just human ingenuity that I'm able to answer the hundreds upon hundreds and sometimes the thousands upon thousands of comments that I get. And this isn't a flex, this is just me being honest. There's a lot of comments, and I can't answer them all. I try to. I used to be the guy, I'm going to answer the people. I'm going to answer the people. God damn it, I'm going to give them what they want. I'm the people's champion. I'm going to answer the people. I've been hoisted up by the people. I'm going to stand for the people, and I haven't been able to do it. I haven't been able to do it lately. Lately, I'm not going to lie, man, there have been hundreds upon hundreds of new comments rolling in every day, and I can't keep up with them. I'm brutally honest with you, I can't keep up with them. So what I've been telling people is that, honestly, go to the Discord, go to follow me on Twitter. Honestly, that's the easiest way. I'm not telling you to not comment on videos. I'm just saying that if you comment on a video and I don't answer it, don't take it personally. It's not that I didn't read it. It's not that I didn't see it. It's probably just by sheer volume, I have not been able to keep up. I am but one man. And honestly, I always have the question to ask, do I answer, do I spend a day, because it takes a whole freaking day to answer the comments? Or do I just live my life on YouTube? Do I live my life on YouTube and just answer? I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, it's up to y'all. But it's I could either spend every single waking hour of every day just monitoring comments on YouTube, or I could spend time working on videos. And I usually say, you know what? I'd rather spend time working on videos or just interacting with y'all in the ways that most of you have often found ways to interact with me outside of YouTube. So yeah, I just want to say I apologize for that. I'm going to try and be better, but honestly, yeah, it is getting to a point now where I feel like I have to hire somebody to handle all my social media. And it's gotten to that point that I don't know what to do. I am poor, especially after today. Anyways. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. What are you saying? You said the tempo is... Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I know what happened. Discord took over. Yeah, can you hear me now? That should be better. Sorry. Sometimes when Discord is open, it does funny things. Okay, so I apologize. But like I said, it's been a wild week, so please bear with this poor, tired, and hungry Blerd. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus is always out here keeping an eye out for me. Let's see here. So we fixed it. We're good. Okay, wow, we got a bubble bath and a wine time while streaming. Oh, I love this. This is great. Maria's out here wilding. Okay, so that said, let's get into some comics. Now we can get into some comics. People always complain, people who aren't familiar with channels, oh, you just waste time talking. Well, it's my channel. I do what I want. Anyways, okay, so that said, let's get straight into it. House of X number 2. I want to go and tell y'all something. I warned y'all. I've been telling y'all for 2 months. I've been telling everyone, and no one listened to me. All I saw in the Discord, which, by the way, link is in the description. Go join that. I have been telling people day in and day out that Jonathan Hickman has gone on record, because I follow Jonathan Hickman on Twitter, I follow all the stuff, and he has been saying for the last 2 months, you are not prepared. How many of y'all are familiar with the old World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade commercial, the trailer, where Illidan is saying, he's telling you, you are not prepared. I've been telling you all that. You're not prepared. He's told me that I will not be prepared. I've been trying to tell you that you will not be prepared. And guess what? When I've been telling people, I said, House of X #2. This is the one that you need to have the brown pants on. No one has listened to me. No one has listened to me. And I get in the Discord. I'm on Twitter. Everybody is wild. And there's like, oh my God. I didn't know it was going to be like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. I shit myself when I read it. I don't think anyone actually legitimately shit themselves, but if you did, I wouldn't blame you if you did. There have been lesser comics that people have shit their pants over. But, so it happened. House of X 2 came out, and it changed. It really only changed one thing, but that one thing was so big and so unexpected. Jonathan Hickman, and I want to go ahead and say right now, because I feel like we've talked, once again, get in the Discord, because a lot of people have been chit-chatting with me in the Discord. It's honestly the best way if you want to talk to me or get my attention. The Discord is honestly the best way to do it. That or Twitter. I will be more likely to answer one of those than a comment. No shade or anything. It's just that it's so much easier for me to find the one person trying to get a hold of me on Twitter versus the thousands of people flooding the comments. Most of which is hate, which my mental health is better than that. Anyways, the point being, Moira McTaggart has been changed. Moira McTaggart is no longer, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you were in here, I'm talking about House of X #2. If you have not read it, by God, bless your soul. Go read it, come back in here, we can talk about it. This video will be here. Your ability to know what is happening in House of X 2 and go in fresh and unspoiled, that can only happen once. Okay, so basically, Moira McTaggart has been retconned. Jonathan Hickman said that the page, and you know, as a matter of fact, because I am all about, and I think you guys know this by now. I think you all know what I am all about at this particular stage in the game, but I am all about those visual aids. So let's switch it over. Or wait a minute. I guess maybe I can't switch it over. Here, we're gonna do it this way. Booyah! Here, we're gonna. Jonathan Hickman said that this page was gonna be the most important page in the history of the X-Men. The most important page in the history of X-Men comics. This right here. And I remember 2 months ago, when this image was released, and it didn't have the word bubbles to go with it. So there was no text, no script, no nothing. It was just the finished pen, ink, and color. And I remember thinking, like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I mean, it's there's something happening here, but I don't know what it is. And now I know. We all know now. And this is the moment he was talking about. The moment that Moira is talking to Charles Xavier. And granted, this page right here alone doesn't necessarily sell the whole thing. It's everything else that comes before it. But once you see, and once you've read House of X #2, and you see this moment, and you see, here, let's blow it up a little bit more. And you see, right here, right here, you see that the look on Charles Xavier's face, the look on Moira McTaggart's face, and you've read everything that's come before it. You've seen, now granted, we've only seen, up to this point, we have only seen 9 out of her 10 lives. The 6th life is not shown. I'm going to go on limb and say, because of the nature of how House of X is laid out, we probably won't see that for another few issues. However, the fact that Moira McTaggart, we've witnessed her go from living her first life as a regular, normal, regular human being. We witnessed her live her life as a regular ass, normal, normal human being. And wow, all of my buttons are just not working. Okay, I'm gonna have to reset all of these. This is so painful. Oh, well. We'll just have to do it that way. Okay, anyways. The fact that she has lived her life as a regular, normal human being, and then all of a sudden, we get to, her second life, and come to find out that this woman who we have known, as a normal human, someone who's been like a confidant of the X-Men, for years, we come to find out this woman is actually not a regular human. She's actually a mutant, and it's just, and not only is she, so basically in layman's terms, she is, like, have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray? It's, her life is basically Groundhog Day, but instead of it being one day that she relives with all prior knowledge of every moment and instant of that same day that she's ever lived, no, it's every life. It's every life that she has lived up to that point. And it's just, it's insane. It's insane. And she remembers everything. Like, she talks like it, like, some people who are not accustomed to Hickman's writing, I'm going to say right now, I know some of y'all are, I know there's a lot of people in this channel who are new to Jonathan Hickman's writing style. I'm going to tell you right now, this is nothing new. This man has been writing books this good for a long time. Some of which I think some of you have read and didn't even realize it. But yeah, no, the guy is amazing. Guy's money in the bank. But I love the way he explains from Moira's perspective that, the fact that, she is living this life. And, not only is she living this life, but, when she comes back, she still remembers everything. So everything that she knows, like, look at, like, this face, Pepe Larraz, by the way, because not only is Jonathan Hickman selling this, but so is Pepe Larraz. The look on Moira's face as a child, she seems so utterly bored because she knows everything. She's already lived, her previous life was 74 years. She's been here before. So she's already seen and lived 74 years worth of life, and then to come back as a child, knowing everything and kind of forced to, having to stay in her lane, as a child, is like, dude, that's so crazy. Like, people aren't thinking about that. That is what's kind of twisting. Like, all the other stuff, yes. But this right here is one of the things I think people aren't paying attention to. And, you go into it, and here we're going to scroll past some of this. And some of this. And like I said, when you get to this point, and this is something else I think is also kind of getting lost in translation. Here's the fact that, like, by the time this moment happens where she realizes, oh, wait, shit, I actually might be a mutant, this woman is almost in her 40s. If she is not already in her 40s. And when she hops that plane and it blows up, she's like, oh, shit, yeah, this is what's going down. And I mean, just everything in this, all of her lives, the way she has lived them, the way she has gone from being... the way she's gone from being like, a regular, everyday, average person to being a person who's come back and knows everything, and then coming back as a person who knows everything and has also died horrifically, and then to come back, and decide that, you know what, I'm going to create a cure for, the mutant X gene. I'm going to find a way to cure myself of this whole living multiple lives thing. And this is when she was early on into it. She wasn't even in it for that long. And, you come back and it's like, oh, wow, she's like, oh, hey, I've got this magic juice, this Jesus juice right here that'll totally take the mutant X gene out of me. And next thing you know, she gets a wild pull-up from Destiny, a mutant who I don't think any of us have even thought about. And this is something I'm so glad that Hickman's doing. He's taking characters you haven't thought about, I haven't thought about, and he is bringing them back and putting them in places, maybe not of prominence, but he is making sure you remember who they are. And that's important. That's something that Hickman said there are no less than 92, mind you. Oh, wait a minute. Dude, I'm fucking up the game. I'm just fucking up the game. Who was that? That was Thoughts on the Boardwalk. Give you a shout out for the wild subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Need to actually, that's why the alerts weren't working. I have them behind things. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, you look at this and yeah, like you've got Destiny, who is, who has Mystique, Pyro working for her, and she's explaining, like, this is probably the most, really, I think, Hickman says that first page. I think this is actually like this and the next like 2 or 3 pages are some of the most important pages in X-Men history, because what you see here, the fact that she is explaining, she is basically, Destiny comes in as your expository character who comes in, throws wild exposition on you, and it's just like, hey, this is what's going on. You are a mutant, but you're a mutant that other mutants can't sense. And it's like, oh, wow, you are a mutant other mutants can't sense. That is insane. And you get the impression from here that, basically she's even explaining exactly what Moira's power is, how it works. She's telling her everything, and basically telling her, like, hey, look, you out here fucking up, and you are hurting your own people. You are hurting other mutants, and if you keep doing this, I'm gonna come back and get you the next time. And if you try and come get me, please try it. Run up and get done up, because I'm gonna see you coming first, because I can see the future. Just craziness. This is the strongest flex. I know, like, we talked about House of X #1, the Cyclops flex, the Magneto flex, the Charles Xavier flex. Dude, this is the hardest flex that I've seen so far in the 3 issues we've seen of House of X, Powers of 10, all that. This is a harder flex than anything. And then not only that, then you get to this point here where, of course she's talking about, what she's doing, how, like, basically you're creating this cure that you think is only for you, but is really going to be used against all of us. Like, like, this is all stuff, this is kind of bog standard, this part right here, these pages are kind of bog standard. But still, right here, all flex right here, all flex, basically saying that if you can either change or die, you either help your people or I will annihilate you in all of your lives to come. If that ain't a flex, I don't know what is. Excuse me. But one of the things, this right here, I think is the real ringer. The fact that she says that you are not immortal. You do not possess the power of immortality. You have 10 lives. Maybe 11 if you make the right choices. And that's a, dude, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, this is crazy talk. And then when you get to the back of the book, you start going through all of the the timeline stuff with Moira towards the end. Like, dude,
cut the check.
Dude, this Hickman literally has written. Hickman has literally written himself a blank check with Marvel's name on it. Marvel right now, and I think somebody was saying this in the Discord yesterday. I think it was JWR that was talking about this in the Discord. Basically, Hickman has basically made everyone talk about the X-Men again. Like, I mean, people were always talking about the X-Men, but literally no one, even people I know who don't read comics, have basically been like, dude, I heard about what happened with the X-Men. Oh my God. Hickman has done something very few, like, this is a type of thing that typically only happens when you talk about, like, oh, people, like when, and I'm talking about in regards to people who don't read comics. I'm talking about those people. When people are talking about something that's comic book related, but they don't read comics. This is something I haven't seen, personally, in my life, since Death of Superman. I have not seen something like this since Death of Superman. You could almost make a case. You could almost make a case for House of M. You could almost make a case, but even that was not as powerful as the Death of Superman. The Death of Superman, I knew people who didn't give a shit about comics, and they were talking about the Death of Superman. They're like, no, dude, have you heard? Superman's dead. Probably the next closest would be the creation of Miles Morales, and that's just only because it was such a polarizing event. But this is something big, and this is something typically you only see happen with the Marvel movies, getting people who don't read comics talking about comics. That's typically the only time that happens. But I want y'all to pay attention to something. And this is how I can tell you. I've been trying to plant the seeds for y'all. I want y'all to believe me when I tell you this. This line right here, House of X #2, has been highlighted since the checklist came out before House of X #1 dropped. Hickman uses the color red to tell you when something needs to be paid attention to. And I've been trying to get y'all to see this. So, I'm glad that everybody's surprised, but I think it's funny that people they're like, huh? What? I didn't know. But basically, I want you to look at something. Pay attention to something. Notice that all the rest of these are black. And there were, and bear in mind, House of X #1, Powers of 10 #1, had a lot of mindfuck moments in it. This one has taken the cake. Now, it's not to say the rest of these won't have mindfuck moments in it. They are going to have mindfuck moments in it. I'm pretty sure. I'm positive. You pay attention to this right here. House of X #5, highlighted in red. Very likely when we will see more of the story development with Moira McTaggart. Powers of 10, #6, also another likely candidate for finding out about that sixth life that Moira McTaggart possesses and we have yet to have seen. That said, here, we're doing everything by hand today because it's all just messed up. Anyways, booyah. So, that said, wow. Just wow. I mean, I think I need to get a soundbite of Bray Wyatt saying "yowie wowie" because I feel like that's the most appropriate response to everything I've seen so far in all of this. Merrick, I just want to point out something. I want to point out yet another thing. You want to talk about a moment like that I think a lot of people aren't really talking about. You want to talk about a moment. I'll give you one. Here we go. Booyah! This right here. This flex right here. Where Moira is like, had to do it. Had to do it. Not because it was right, but because I hadn't tried it yet. And I was just like, oh my God, this woman is wildin'. And there you go. There you go. And this is probably the best scene. This is probably one of the best scenes in the whole comic. Apocalypse taking out Nimrod the Lesser. And Moira with the wild guns on her back. and with the blicky with the stiffy in her hand and just gunning down mad machines. And also I just want to point out, this is something I think I put in the video, but you look right here and it's like, dude, like, because I know a lot of y'all kept saying, like, there was a lot of people, a lot of dissidents in the comments for the last video. Is also another reason why I didn't answer a lot of it. I just don't have time for that shit. I don't have time for mean-spirited people. I just don't. Sorry. I just don't. If you're mean-spirited, I don't give a shit. Get the fuck out. Let's see. But yeah, people kept asking, well, what about Earth's Mightiest Heroes? Well, where are they at? This book doesn't address that. What's this all about? Yeah, it's like, what's Captain America doing? Well, he wouldn't stand for this. Here's the thing. I think this is the thing people don't think about with X-Men comics. People always want to ask, where are the Avengers? Where are the Fantastic Four? Where's Spider-Man? Where's all these people? Here's the thing. How often, and I was talking about this, I think, in the voice chat for the Discord. By the way, link in the description. But I'm getting smoother with that. Anyways, I always find it really funny because people always ask that question. And then I always respond with, when the fuck did the Avengers ever give a shit about the X-Men before when all the other crazy stuff they were doing was going on? When? Tell me, answer my question. When? Since when did Captain America ever give a good goddamn about what was going on with the goddamn X-Men? Tell me, please. Please tell me. And if you say Avengers versus X-Men, then that is probably... Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you one. Secret Empire. There you go. Secret Empire. Done. Woo! Yes. We got that super chat. Conway Bergdog, my guy, Conway Bergdog, coming with a wild super chat for $4.99. Says, screw the haters. Love the content. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about love here, baby. Look. Hold on, wait a minute. We don't have the NXT cup today. I was unprepared. You see, Daddy? It's all about the love, baby. We don't do that. Look. I know I always talk about hard times, Daddy, but it's all about the good times too, baby. It's all about the love, and respect. Anyways, but yeah, I'm all here. These are your answers. They answer the question twice in this one issue alone about where are the Avengers. Well, guess what? They did. There you go. That's your answer. And then another answer, they fight Magneto. There you go. There's your answer. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, I'm opening the floor up to questions. Right. So, I'm going to roll back a little bit. I'm going to try to. I know people probably been throwing in wild questions. Try and get back to it. Let's do 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 it. Dude, yes. Also, you know what? First things first. How about this? We are going to jump into, guess what? The Discord! That's what we're going to do. Let's see. I am not going to open it up on here. Yeah, I'm not going to open it up here because last time it did some weird-ish with the voice. I don't want to get into all that. Next time. It's already messed up the mic once. I don't want to do it again. I want to go through it. Anyways, okay, so let's start from the tippy top all the way to the bottom because there's a lot of questions in here. Lex Vader says, by the this is actually one from, it's kind of like a follow-up question from like last week. But Lex Vader asks, by the way, I just took a look at the covers of the future X-Men stories coming. Is Black Tom Cassidy on the X-Force cover another villain who's surely going to betray them? Yes, most likely. By the way, also, real quick, just want to go ahead and say thank you so much. Lemon Piece coming through with the wild $5 super chat. And basically what Lemon Piece asks is, in lieu of the double XL freshman list, who would you say are DC's freshman class, 10 characters created in the last 5 to 10 years with the most potential? Wow! Okay, yeah, that's, ooh, man. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. Real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now that, as in regards to Lex Vader's character, yes, that is his character, his question. Jesus. That was, in fact, Black Tom Cassidy. And I want to say almost every X team has a villain on it in some capacity or another. That's something to think about. Because I think Pyro, which technically is on the Marauders. You've got Black Tom Cassidy on X-Force. Apocalypse is on Excalibur. Vulcan is kind of hit or miss, depends on what day you catch him. He is on the X-Men proper. And, yeah, just, it's all low. And Quanon, technically not a villain anymore, kind of, sort of. She has, like, weird allegiances. She's in the Fallen Angels, and then, of course, there's a team I'm forgetting. Yeah. Anyway. Whoa! We have got yet another super chat. This is Jamal Simmons. Donated $5 through the super chat. He says, here's some cash for the great show you do, Blerd. Then look at that, man. Didn't even ask a question. Just made a declarative statement. And that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what the love is all about here in the Blerd Cave. God damn it. Okay, so, questions. I feel like you know what we should do? I need to get an infinite loop of no, actually that would get me flagged fast as a motherfucker. Of MF Doom's questions. Just play that in the background while I'm answering questions. Would be a great idea, but I would get flagged, so we're not gonna do that. Maybe somebody wants to make me a mock-up of that beat that's royalty free, then maybe I'll find somebody. I don't know. We'll see. Neither here nor there. So DC characters that have come out in the last 5 to 10 years. My God. Okay, so so here's the bigger question. You were saying 10 characters, so it's not necessarily specific to hero or villain. So I'm gonna go ahead and say 5 to 10 years, man, honestly, 2 of them right off the bat are villains. And that's the Batman Who Laughs. I'm going to say right now, the Batman Who Laughs is money in the bank. He is a license to print money. Keep using him. Don't overuse him, but use him well, and I think that would work. Other one is going to be Godspeed. I love the character of Godspeed. I don't think I haven't been keeping up with Flash lately, so I don't know if they've been using him again lately, but I really love Godspeed. I thought he was a great character. Let's dig. Oh, Naomi. Naomi, she is, once again, licensed to print money. I don't know why you're not doing it. Print that goddamn money. So that's 3 right off the bat. You know what, here, I gotta look up a list now, because I'm now starting to blank on names. Newest, here, let's see here. Here, I'm pulling up a list of the newest, DC Comics characters. This list is kind of old, but it should have just about everybody. Okay, I tell you what. Here's another one. And I feel like, and this is just me, and I love to see the Godspeed is on my list. Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. We're gonna fill up the other 2 slots with the Mime and the Marionette from Doomsday Clock. I think they stand to have a lot of potential because of the types of. I mean, granted, I get it. They are literally a rehash of like Punch and Julie, or I know, and I think I've even said before, but not so much of the same extent. Maybe like Joker and Harley Quinn, just in the dynamic of what their characters are like. Not so much saying they are the same character, but just saying like male female duo of criminal villains. I think the Mime and the Marionette are another that would be a waste. It would be a waste to not use that. Here, let's go down the list here. I'm checking them out. Okay, so another character. I'm gonna throw another character out there, and this is actually the only character I really kept up with from the the new heroes that spun out of Dark Knight's Metal, and that was Sideways. I was like, dude, Sideways is a very interesting character. I feel like they're not using him properly right now, though, but I feel like if used properly, he literally could be DC Spider-Man. I mean, he kind of is their attempt at being Spider-Man. He's got the same kind of dynamic, but there's that. Let's see here. I'm also gonna throw out Jonathan Kent, my guy, Jonathan Kent. Jonathan Kent is
cut the check.
Worthy. He's I love him. I love this character. I can't help it. I love him. I didn't like him at first. I actually didn't like him at first, but the more I read him, the more he grew on me. I actually thought he was the better part of any Superman comic that's come out in the last few years. Let's see here. So what is that? Let's see. We've said Godspeed. We've said what was it? Batman Who Laughs. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, did not mean to burp into the microphone. We said, the Mime and the Marionettes. That's 4 right there. Who else did we say? Superboy. We said Sideways. That's 6. 6 so far. I'm sitting here trying to think of some more. Basically, I tell you what. Here's one. And this is one I think that does not get used well, but I feel like should be. And that is Batwing. I think Batwing should be used more, but I mean, in a world where Batman exists, why would a character who is a part of the family but not part of the family, not being they would never be used properly. Actually, I take that back. Take Luke Fox off the list. He's in the list in my heart, but not in my head. Not trying to be dismissive towards my guy. I'm looking at the rest of this list and of just new characters. Some of these are just rehashes of older characters. I'm gonna go and limb and say, actually, you know what? I'll throw you one out there. Here, because I'm going through this. I'm just kind of burrowing through this list. Of just random and sundry DC characters. I am gonna go on the limb and say, you know what, I really liked, and I'm gonna cheat here again. I'm gonna use the red. Never mind. They don't have any potential. They're dead. Death does not give potential. Trying to think of living characters. Man, I'm struggling with this. I tell you what, you know what? I'm not gonna use all these as individuals. I'm actually gonna use these. The Shazam, the new, technically it's new because they are new characters in that list. The new Shazam family. I'm gonna use them as my seventh pick. If written correctly, they could actually stand to be a really good cast characters. Let's go with another one. I really like Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne's been the last 5 to 10 years, right? Yeah. Damian Wayne's been last. I like Damian. Damian's good. And I mentioned, you just got Superboy. He's good. I like it. Who else? Duke Thomas, I feel like, could really do something. I feel like he could do something if he was just given an opportunity. If he was just given an opportunity to stand apart from the... I think he needs to have a Jason Todd moment. He needs to get away from Batman. He needs to get out from under Batman's shadow, go on and do something else. Do exactly what Dick Grayson did. And the same goes for Tim Drake. Pretty much any Robin. Just get out from under Batman. The sooner you get out from under Batman, the better your life is. More or less. I like Jessica Cruz because she actually brought something new to the table as far as like new characters and stuff like that. I really like that. I just feel like they just didn't really do her any justice as they went along. As far as I was concerned. So I don't know. I feel I'm a little hesitant to put her on that list of DC characters. Actually I'm blanking finding trying to think of others. But I will definitely say that yeah, if it's anybody else, it's likely going to be a villain. It's likely going to be a villain because I feel like DC is just way better with villains than they have been with heroes lately. It's easier to get a villain over. It's easier to get a villain over them. That's what I got. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I think I'm shy of 2, but yeah. Here, wait. Let me actually. You know what? Here, let's see if I can. I can't use that one. He's an old character. Never mind. He's an updated better. Yeah, man, I'm blanking. I can't think of any new characters. I apologize. I apologize. Here, let's see. Oh, shit, no. Damian Wayne came out in 2006. You're right. Damn, that actually makes it even worse. That should tell you something. Damian Wayne has been out for over 10 years. Never mind. Take him off the list. Let's see here. I see somebody put up Bloom. Okay, I can see that. Bloom. Static Shock is old, so that doesn't count. Actually, yes, Lemon Piece. You know what? I didn't even think about that. Aqualad. Calderum, he is, yeah, actually, I think he could be a name. He could be a name that could elevate it up. And I think they will, especially with the success of Young Justice. Might be that time. Man, I really cannot think about anybody else, though. I can't even think about anybody else. Let's see here. I gotta figure out. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I don't really know what was going on there. But I do want to say that, thank you to, let me see, who sent this in here? Who sent this in here? I have an idea! Donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Says, I'm somewhat lost on how Moira's powers affect the greater Marvel Universe. It's like she transcends the gods and Watchers. Yes, she kind of does. They don't list her as such, but I mean, you could almost say she's an Omega level mutant. You could say that. An argument could be made because she theoretically is I think she's really the only. I mean, technically, I think there's other mutants who can like be reincarnated, but or that's kind of a part of their thing, but not on her level like this. Because she's such a linchpin, I would almost say that she does transcend. She does transcend that because that means that she is constantly reliving her life, and the world is starting over because the life isn't just moving on. Life starts over. The entire timeline starts over and she gets a do-over. So I mean, yeah, this is it's kind of big stuff. I like it. Okay, so let's see here. No. Jamal Simmons, you were saying, Blerd says, Blerd, you're right. When Civil War started, X-Men was kept out, World War Hulk and other Avengers problems that they don't trust the X-Men. That's why you never see, the Avengers, stop the Genosha Crisis. No, it's, I mean, look, it's a fact. Generally speaking, the Avengers don't really give a fuck about the X-Men. They really don't. This is fucking wild. I don't understand why people get so surprised when this comes up. They don't care. The X-Men don't matter to the Avengers. The only time the Avengers care about the X-Men, the one and only time, was Avengers versus X-Men. Matter of fact, I tell you what, and I think we were talking about this in the Discord. Like I said, all great conversations happen in the Discord. Go, link in the description. But yeah, I want to go ahead and say right now that when we were talking in the Discord, I was talking about the other time, the one and only time Captain America has actually given a shit about mutants, and even then he didn't really care. It was during Secret Empire. Like, okay, let me lay it out for you. I know a lot of people like to hate on Secret Empire, but let me go ahead and tell you something. Fascist Nazi Captain America gave more of a shit about mutants than anybody else. The mutants thrived. Let's talk about all the things that happened. Well, fascist Captain America was right. And I'm not saying he was right. I'm just saying that ought to tell you something. That it took evil Captain America for mutants to actually get some rights. I mean, crime was down. Education was up. Jobs were up. Economy was up. I mean, yeah, the Inhumans were getting dicked over, but I mean, they're the Inhumans. Who cares about the Inhumans? If it ain't Kamala Khan, I don't give a damn. Look, don't be surprised that one day they just completely retcon that Kamala Khan is a Inhuman. Don't be surprised that happens one day. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying don't be surprised if it happens. Here, let me see something here. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, that said, yeah, no, they don't care. Captain America let the mutants have their own land. New Tian, they got to put up monuments to mutants. They got to have prosperity and all that stuff. Now, I will say this: Captain America did flex on them a few times. He did flex on them and remind them. Like, I think we were talking about this. We were talking about this in the Discord. There's an issue. I forget which one it is, but Captain America is talking to Beast, and he says, because Beast asked him, "Why do you leave Mjolnir just laying out in the open like this?" And Captain America tells him, he's like, "Dude, I do this because, I dare somebody to run up and pick this thing up. I dare them to do it. I want the smoke." He even tells me, he says, "Do you know why kings used to keep swords over their thrones?" He says, "Not because they were threatening to use them. It's a reminder that they have used them." And that was the hardest flex, because basically what Captain America was saying is that, yeah, I'm leaving it right here. Captain America, and I feel like this is, I always feel like all roads lead to Perfect Cell, but that was a Cell moment. That was a DBZ moment. Basically, that was the equivalent of Cell sitting in the middle of the goddamn ring for, was it 2 weeks, waiting for somebody to come and try and test his nuts. And that is what Captain America did. Captain America did that. He was there for it. Anyways, I want to get back to questions. We're going to get back to questions from the Discord. JWR says, since all of the books from Dawn of X are going to directly spawn from House of X and Powers of X, how do you foresee all 6 books tying into it? Well, I can go and tell you right now, I don't know exactly how that's going to happen, because there's a lot of books. Basically, what he's talking about, Dawn of X, is basically the books I mentioned earlier. The new X-Men series, the New Mutant series, the X-Force series, the Excalibur series, the Marauders and the Fallen Angels, all of that stuff. Those are all the new series. But basically, because all of these teams are split up now, and there's characters of these teams that normally wouldn't be there, those characters that were normally dead or were dead at this point that are back. Honestly, I think a lot of things are going to change, and I think I don't think the X-Men are going to be as maybe as whole of a unit. I know there's some characters that are. I know Wolverine is on both X-Force and X-Men. I think Storm is on both X-Force and the Marauders. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. But I mean, I can go ahead and tell you right now, man, it's going to be rough. I think there's going to be some split. I think there's going to be some split in the ranks. I don't think everybody is going to be as friendly as people might want to believe. And also think they're going to be going in different directions. The X-Men book is probably going to be more space-based, because just based on the fact they were in space on the cover. The Marauder seems like it's going to be a little more grounded. The New Mutant seems like a return to form on the old school format. The old Chris Claremont, Bob McLeod era, maybe. We can only hope. Fallen Angels is focusing on characters who have no place in the Marvel Universe. Or had a place and lost it. So, I mean, there's that. Excalibur is Betsy Braddock taking up the mantle of her brother. So that means something has happened to Captain Britain. And Apocalypse is on the team. That ought to tell you something. X-Force is going back to being a Black Ops team, essentially. So there's that. Static Evo asks, since Blade was born in 1924 and had been hunting vampires since he was a child, shouldn't he be an urban legend amongst vampires, an old Sanctum Sanctorum relics, and doesn't that technically make him the first hero ever in the MCU? Man, probably. Could. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they're actually going to go that route, though, because they usually modernize everything when it comes. The only thing they don't modernize is Captain America. And even then, they still modernize him. They just push it back a little. Let's see here. Kazapeda asks, how amazing was Ryan Stegman's Spider-Man art on Absolute Carnage? It was freaking incredible. I go and say that right now. Let's see here. Kazapeda also asks, so what's going on with Mora's life number 6? Why isn't it in the timeline? I think something happened in that timeline. Something happened. A critical moment that maybe she doesn't even remember. I think that might be the case. I think that's why we don't talk about it in that one. I think, honestly, she probably doesn't even remember what happened. Or maybe she does. No. Let's see here. Salt and Sea says, Hickman loves the dichotomy of the organic and biological. Any chance you see this ending with the X-Men working with the Sentinels? That is something to consider. Hickman is very... oh, hey! Dude! Oh, my God! Dude! What? Look, thank you, Conway Bergdahl, coming in with a wild $9.99 super chats. Let's see here. You said, thoughts on your last couple of posts. Here says, also, how, I'm wondering if they will go, let me see here. I'm going through here. Wait, just thought of it. In not one of the X books has Franklin been important. That is very true. And here's the thing I want y'all to think about. On the list of Omega level mutants, Franklin's name is highlighted red. Don't be surprised if Franklin starts to factor more into the X-Men side of things. I promise you that. I would be surprised, especially with Hickman's history. Fantastic Four, I guarantee it's probably going to happen. So here, let me see here. Let's see, so you're picking up the X-Force, so you're wondering if they will go to the way of another timeline like the movies. Maybe, I don't know. Hickman said he wasn't going to do timeline stuff as far as, like, alternate reality. I mean, technically, this is kind of timey-wimey, but, like, this is, I think, the furthest he's going to go into it. It says, also, how much do they know of their history now? Talking about the mutants? Oh, man. Well, I'm pretty sure Charles knows everything. Which is probably why he is acting the way he's acting now. That explains everything. That means he has seen every possible outcome up to this point. That means he knows what can and will happen and what won't happen. That might be why he is acting more radicalized than he has in the past. And he says, this is based off of another timeline, I'm guessing. Can't wait to see it. Dude, yes. I mean, I'm right there with you. With it. Let's see. Brother Bacchus says, does anyone else think that most of them... Oh, and by the way, go back to Salt and Sea's question. I do think we could see the X-Men and the Sentinels maybe in some way. Possibly. I think something will happen at some point. I'm not saying it's how it's going to end, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something in the middle somewhere of the mutants and the Sentinels in some way, kind of working together in some way. Brother Bacchus, does anyone else think that most of the mutants in House of X Powers of 10 are Krakoan pod people? You are not alone there. I actually do think that might be the case. I would not be surprised by that. Let's go through the next one. Lex Vader says, one thing that I always find funny is how the Avengers always saying they're protecting and defending anyone or everyone, but when it comes to the X-Men and mutants in general, they seem to not exist. Hashtag, talk about Brother Bacchus, that would make sense. So yeah, no, it's not so much a question, it's more like a response, but still, no, I agree with that. 100%, 1000%. Detroit Red 005 says, in Absolute Carnage, is Spider-Man rocking the classic suit or the symbiote suit? Or are there two symbiote Spider-Man now? You know what? I haven't been reading Symbiote Spider-Man. I only read the part of Symbiote Spider-Man number 2 or 3 or whatever it was to get the stinger. I didn't pay any attention to the rest of the book. I think it might be somebody else or it's some, I don't know what's going on there. I'll be brutally honest with you. I don't want to lie to you. I have no clue. I literally, when it comes to spin-off books, like when you start giving me, like, this is how I've been since I was a kid. Amazing Spider-Man or bust. If it was like the only reason I ever read Spider-Man Unlimited, since was it a Spectacular Spider-Man, regular Spider-Man, just regular Spider-Man book, no Amazing or anything before that. Spider-Man Unlimited, all that stuff. The only reason I ever read it was because of Maximum Carnage. Once that was done, I was out. I would occasionally, if I read anything, I would read Spectacular Spider-Man, but that was so rare, so rare. So I don't know the answer to your question. I apologize. Here, I'm gonna give myself a. Let's see. Kazapeda says, recently, I think in the current Dead Man Logan series, the Avengers wanted to get Wolverine away from the X-Men because of the Mysterio thing he did to Wolverine, right? Honestly, I haven't been reading Dead Man Logan either. So here, I'm gonna take another one. I'm gonna take another L. Let's see. H2O Happy Dude. Yes. I was at the comic shop last night and I saw that the Shattered Grid Power Rangers comic series is in issue number 41, I think. Have you read any of it? And if so, what is your thoughts? Well, honestly, I've read pretty much most of it. I like it. I like it a lot. But I will be honest with you. It is, okay, so let's go ahead and, I think everyone on this channel knows I am all about some tokusatsu. I love Super Sentai, I love Kamen Rider, I love Space Sheriff, all that stuff. So by virtue of that, that means that I like Power Rangers. It also means that I like, I don't like Masked Rider. I don't like Masked Rider, and I only kind of passingly like Masked Rider, or not Masked Rider, but Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. I would rather watch, if it's up to me, I'd rather watch Kamen Rider Ryuki, which is what that's based off of. And when it comes to VR Troopers, I have a soft spot in my heart for VR Troopers, even though if I have a choice, I will watch Space Sheriff before I watch either one of those. Now, that said, and I have nostalgia for the original Power Rangers, but my thing is, I like what they're doing in the comics. However, it will never be as important or as awesome to me as what I have seen in the Super Sentai series. If that makes any sense. So, like, you could take whatever they do in Shattered Grid, and that's great. That's great. But there's nothing as badass to me as seeing Gokai Silver, who is essentially in his ultimate form and basically is using Kamen Rider's Kiwami arms, but in Super Sentai form, where he literally has all the powers of every 6th Ranger, which means the Green Ranger, White Ranger, every other 6th Ranger. To me, that's way more badass than anything that happened in Shattered Grid. But that said, good comic. But it's one of those things. It's always one of those things. It's kind of like how when people talk about how much they love this version of something versus that version, I can keep the two separate. I don't conflate the two. But the thing is, yeah, I will always, I'll read it. I'll be like, oh, that's really cool. And then I'll go back to watching the Super Sentai stuff and be way more entertained. Especially lately. If you're not watching Kishiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I really don't know. It's that good. Anyways, back to the Discord question. We got one last one. Says Rough Rider 86 asks, do you think that Hickman is finishing his story arc that started with the Fantastic Four and the Avengers? I think he might. I actually do think he might. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say, but Hickman is that guy. Everything he does is measured. And he knows what he's doing. I've watched this man on Twitter trolling people who are like freaking out about all the stuff he's doing. And it's like, dude, yeah, he's going to do all of it. He's going to do all of it. He's going to do everything. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Here, let's go back down. I'm trying to go back through and catch everybody's stuff. This is why I always say put the questions in the Discord because they're more likely to get answered. I like giving the Discord priority because it's so much easier to keep up with that than to keep up with this. Because I'm going back now. I'm trying to go back. I'm going back, and I'm gonna try and get everybody's stuff. I'm trying to get everybody. I can only go back so far, though. I'll only scroll back so far. Let's see. Let's see. Oh man, dude, you know what? I don't, and I'm not gonna. Here, wait a minute. This is dude, back-to-back champions being counted. I see what you're talking about, Living Peace. I see what you're talking about. Let's see here. I see what you're talking about, Lex. I see what you're talking about, Lex. The X-Men is 3 times greater than the Avengers and Fantastic Four. Fight me. I ain't fighting you on that one, man. I ain't fighting you. Dude, yes, we getting them super chats. Yeah, thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm very appreciative. Let's see here. Only when they cross paths. Let's see here. Where's Ultron? Bob is True asks, where's Ultron to back his Sentinel brothers? That's a very good question, considering the fact that Ultron is technically out there somewhere. Last I checked, he's somewhere out there. Let's say, here, because we got some stuff going. I gotta keep up with. Oh wow. Here, let me see something. Oh, wait, somebody just shared something to the chat. My bad. I'm kind of keeping an eye on it right now. It's basically a list of the mutants to keep an eye out for. Most of these are mutants I kind of assumed would show up at some point. Some of them we've already seen. But yeah, let's see here. What else we got in here? To me, Lex Bryan says, to me, Cap and the Avengers are the biggest hypocrites in my opinion. No, exactly. Yeah, this is what we were talking about in the Discord. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He put in Discord too. That's what you do. Let's see here. Going back through. I'm scanning through everything to see if there's any questions back here. I just want to make sure I don't want to miss anything. Toast IE says, do you think Marvel will ever make Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver mutants again and acknowledge that Scarlet Witch's sons, Wiccan and Speed, are mutants since they have started to appear in comics again? Dude! Wow! Conway Bergdahl come back through with a wild super chat. And he says, he's like, bah, I love round numbers. Love the content, bro, regardless of my questions, man. Keep it up. I will be here when I can. Dude, thank you, dude. Dude, Conway, you are probably, I would dare say, I'm going to go on limb and say you're probably one of the biggest supporters, one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. So, you know, look. Nothing but love from here, baby. Nothing but love. So yeah, no, now Trump. Okay, there it is. As far as going back to the previous question, honestly, maybe. Now that the rights are back, anything is possible. I could see it happening. I really could. Let's see. Clifton Hatchet says, okay, so Clifton Hatchet says, when I first got into comics, Marvel's top dogs were the X-Men. The X-Men would body any team in Marvel. I love this new emphasis on the X-Men. Yeah, dude, I agree. Like I said, I'm all about it. Here, let's see. James P. Thompson said free Sabretooth. Yeah, they need a free Sabretooth. That dude's probably gonna die of like oxygen deprivation pretty soon, I would imagine. Let's see. Yeah, the Juggernaut has been absent. He has been absent. Okay, now we're starting to go through. Let's see, trying to go through some of these. Let's see. Yes. Okay, I see. Oh, wait, we got another one? Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Oh, wait a minute. I think we might have another one. I think I have another one in here. H2O Happy Dude, I have no idea why you weren't subscribed. Wow, Michael Raleigh coming through with a $4.99 super chat. All about that super chat. Here it goes. Go.
Cut the check.
We have to start doing that every time. Cut the check. Yeah. So let's see what we got here. Michael Raleigh, thank you for that super chat. Thank you very much. It says thanks for the live chat. Salt and Sea in this. Good to know. I love being able to put faces with names, screen names. That's what I appreciate. I appreciate that. It says, thank you for the live chat. Salt and Sea in the Discord. Wanted to make sure I tipped. Excited for AEW. You goddamn know I am. Oh, by the way. I don't know if y'all know this about me. I'm a huge fan of Jazz from WWE. from back in the day, back like in the what was it, late 90s, early 2000s. I loved Jazz. She was I know a lot of people talk about, Jacqueline as being one of like the baddest black women in WWE, but honestly, a lot of people forget about Jazz. Jazz made Trish Stratus look like $1 million every freaking night, and she was a legitimate competitor and is still wrestling to this day. Hold, wait a minute.
To this day.
And is kicking ass. Is kicking ass. And yes, and she is in AEW now. She is signed with AEW, and I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for it. So yes, to answer your question, I am very excited about AEW. Man, I can't wait for that live television to come through. Ooh, it's going to be so good. And I think they're going to be streaming as well. Oh, come on.
Cut the check.
So good. Okay, so let's go back through. We're going to go back through here. LJ Brown said, Blur without fear. Said Ernie is secretly a member of the Marauders. I might be. You don't know that. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Or maybe I am. No, I don't know. By the way, I do want to say real quick before we jump any further than anything else, I know we've been at it for over an hour. A new video. Don't think that I have forgotten about Absolute Carnage. The reason why I haven't been talking about it much in the stream is because there's a video coming out after the stream is over. It's a video coming out about Absolute Carnage #1, all 55 pages. I didn't get to cover everything. It's a pretty long video, but still, it's going to be coming out after this, so keep your eyes peeled for it. I'm going to try and drop it. I think I have it set to drop at 5 or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I'll have to double check it. But it will be waiting on you. If you are a patron, if you're one of Earth's Mightiest patrons, you've already had access to it since yesterday. Think about that. So yeah, if you are a patron, I guess it's time to plug the Patreon. I feel weird even saying that now. I've been getting all these wild super chats. But basically, yes, if you are chipping in on the Patreon, that means anytime I make a video, and I am done with it, because I usually post on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and we do the live stream on Saturday, and sometimes I post stuff on Saturdays and Sundays. It's kind of like iffy, kind of like days like today where there's a lot of stuff to post. But what I will do is, instead of just letting the video lie in limbo, you get to watch it early. Dude! Whoa! Dude, okay. All right, look. Y'all are just breaking me. Andreas Marcus. I want to say thank you for that super chat. And by the way, I want to point out something. This is my first super chat in a foreign currency. So, this is special to me. This is very special to me. Andreas Marcus donated £2 through Super Chat. He says, do you think when Mora dies, she creates a new timeline? You know what? That's a question. That is a question. I don't think so, but if we go by past experiences with no, let's go back. I know how to answer this question. I think each of Mora's lives are timelines we've already seen. I think all of her lives are different timelines. Like, how the X-Men have this really convoluted timeline, where it's like, they did this for a while, and all of a sudden, we forgot about that, we moved on, we retconned it out. I think that Mora is a way to explain how convoluted and fucked up the X-Men timeline is. And I think that's legitimate. I think that is actually legitimate. Because you think about it, at multiple points in that book, you see things that happen or things are mentioned that happen that have actually happened in the X-Men's timeline. And that's before you get to the life that is supposed to be the current one. So yeah, I think they maybe are new timelines. Maybe so. Maybe they are new timelines, and like we're just seeing all of them, and it's just Hickman's way of kind of trying to clean up all the past craziness, because the X-Men have the worst timeline. Like I always tell people, if you are a comic book reader, if you're an X-Men fan, God help a new person who is just getting into the X-Men today, and they're trying to actually go back and read old X-Men and try and make some sense out of all the new stuff. God help you. God help you, because there's no way. If you read like Grand Design, X-Men Grand Design, that's probably a good Cliff Notes way to do it, But yeah, Nefta I said that wrong. Nefta Fonseca has just subscribed. Thank you so much for that subscribe. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Here, let's get back into it. I'm trying to keep up. Man, there were so many questions here. I appreciate that, man. We had like God, man, it's so full in here. I love it. Let's see here. Let's see. We're going back through. Here, trying to find most of these are. Look, I want to point out something. Okay, so Approach the Nerd. For those of you who have seen the video, if you go back, if you watched the video that I did about Go Busters, or the video that I did about Garo, Approach the Nerd, that is the same Maria who was in the video with me. And when I started talking about Go Kaiger, she was like, she got hyped. She was like, Go Kaiger! No, we love Tokusatsu. This most y'all don't know, like me and Maria, we know each other personally. So a lot of times we will chit chat on the phone for hours on end, just talking about random and sundry X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, and then all roads lead to something Super Sentai related, or something Kamen Rider related, or some other Sentai show like Garo. Yeah, so yeah, it's great. Maria's awesome. Y'all go check her out. Once again, check out my girl Maria at Approach the Nerd. Go do it. Treat yourself. Actually, okay, so Brother Boxes, I don't think so. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Valeria was born during 1984 Secret Wars, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm remembering my timelines and everything correctly. Or maybe she was born even before that. I just remember Sue being pregnant while Reed was on Battle World back in 1984. That is what I remember. It's been a while. Usually when I do a video on something, I retain that knowledge forever, but it's been a while, so. Secret Wars was the first comic I covered in the way that I do comic book videos now. So that tells you anything. I've been at this over 2 years. That should tell you something. Baba Shrew. Oh, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. Baba Shrew, you're very welcome. Let's see here. Jamal Simmons says, I remember Secret Empire, Hydra Captain respected the X-Men by giving them a nation. Why the Avengers never asked them for helping. Seeing the team fall apart and out of space. Blerd remembers. Yeah, no. Here's the thing. What was the first thing? Anyone who's read Secret Empire, I challenge you to tell me something different. When Secret Empire fell apart and original recipe Captain America came back into play, I dare you to tell me something different happened. Because when I read that comic, the first thing I saw was Beast and Emma Frost watching S.H.I.E.L.D. show up to New Tien with Sentinels in tow, and they were knocking down and destroying their monuments, knocking down their buildings, destroying everything that they had built in New Tien, and then we're rounding up all the mutants. So yes, no. I want you to think about this. The mutants thrived under a fascist Nazi organization. If that's not some kind of commentary, I don't know what to tell you. But yes, the mutants, and it wasn't even a perfect union. Like, they technically, I mean, Cap was still flexing on them on the regular. Like, he was always like, oh yeah, by the way, stay in your lane. But the thing is, that should tell you something, that it took an evil Captain America for mutants to actually be treated like normal people. Almost. Okay, that's it. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. There is something else going on in the Discord. Okay, so H. Happy Dude says, if one's only connection with Marvel DC is the cinematic universes and wants to go read the comics, what is the advice you would give to fully enjoy the comics? Okay, so here's what I would do. It all depends on where you want to start. Now, I'm going to be the person who's going to tell you, if you want to get that classic feel, I actually think it's not a bad idea to have something like the Marvel Unlimited app, or like maybe like do like the Comixology Unlimited deal, or if you're a DC guy, DC Universe. Not a bad way to go. But I would say if you wanted to start somewhere and actually not have a convoluted time, honestly, right now is the best time to jump in, because DC's continuity right now is more focused on what has happened since New 52. They're bringing back in all the stuff in DC that happened before New 52. But honestly, if you didn't know any of that stuff, if you just wanted to be able to say, okay, I'm in here right now, you could either go back and read New 52, which is not great. It only has a handful of good books, most of which are Batman, Animal Man, Swamp Thing. Justice League was decent. Everything else was hit or Justice League Dark was pretty good. Everything else was kind of hit or miss. If you wanted to just say, you know what, I don't want to get in all that, I just want to pick up a book and be off to the races, DC Rebirth is as good a place to start as any, because I mean, you don't really have to know everything that happened before. They use things from New 52, but not really. If you want to do Marvel Fresh Start is honestly the best place to start. Marvel Fresh Start, because that's when you get Immortal Hulk, that's when you get the new Venom run, the new Captain America run, Black Panther, and even before that, there's some stuff, if you kind of lead up to that, like, Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther run is great from start to finish. There's even some stuff in there, if you go, like I always tell people, you want to go back and read Fantastic Four, Jonathan Hickman's, Fantastic Four, fantastic. Exactly, pun intended. I would also say that if you want to get into something like the X-Men, that one's a tougher one. I would actually say right now is probably the best time to start reading X-Men. If you want to do that, but yeah, if you, I would say yeah. Like, I had not read a Flash comic in a while, because I thought Flash in New 52 was wild trash. So when Rebirth kicked off, I was like, oh, Flash is good again. Okay, let's do this. Because here's my thing. I don't follow characters anymore. I follow writers, is what I do now. I kind of treat comics the way I treat sports teams. I don't have a team. I have a player. Or players. So, like, if I love... so case in point. If I love Joshua Williamson, I'm going to read what he writes. If I love Donny Cates, I'm going to read what he writes. If I like what Jonathan Hickman writes, I'm going to read what he writes. I don't really care what it is. I'm going to read it because I like them, and if I like the character, it's a bonus. But yeah, that's kind of how I am now. If you want to, that's to me, I think that's the best way to read comics nowadays. Don't get attached to characters. Get attached to creative teams. JWR says, who would you like to see write a book on the second wave of X-Men books? Oh man, Donny Cates. Easy. Donny Cates. Give this man an X-Men book. He would write the shit out of it. I would also like to see Jason Aaron take another crack at X-Men, maybe under this new style. I would like to see that. Also, if we could just say whoever, Jeff Lemire's another one. Jeff Lemire, I'd like to see him. Who else? Oh man, I think it would. I know people wouldn't like this because it would probably be too political for them. I'd love to see Ed Brubaker just take over an X-Men book. Just get gritty and grimy with it. Oh man, it'd be so good. I'd love it. I'd eat that shit up. Anyways, Rough Rider 86 asks, do you think Null will factor into House of X or Powers of 10? No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will at all. It seems that most of the connections between Venom, the symbiotes, all that stuff is mostly relegated to Spider-Man and like Spider-Man related characters. And once you step outside of that realm, Thor is about the only character, and maybe Immortal Hulk are the only other characters that Donny Cates seems really interested in Null being shared with. That makes any sense. Like, and not only that, I mean, and you could technically make a case for it, considering the fact that, what was it, during Venomverse, or Edge or whatever, Venomized, whatever the hell it was. Where I feel like most of, if not all, the X-Men had symbiotes. But I mean, you never know. You never know. And I do know for a fact that they are going to pop up at some point because we've seen the checklist. I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up in Lethal Protectors. More importantly, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck Scream is back, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see here. Whoa. Come back. I lost you. Steven Nambuki says, how does Silver Surfer Black fit in with the Carnage series? I don't really know because honestly, I don't know how they're gonna fit it. I don't know how they're gonna fit that. But here's the thing. Carnage has been leveled up. I'm going to say right now, I'm burying the lead for the video, but Carnage has been leveled up to God tier status. He is not the same Carnage we remember him as. He is not some slightly above street level villain anymore. He is a full-fledged threat now and is... I'm not saying he's on Null's level, but if there was a space between what Carnage used to be and what Null is, that's Carnage now. So yeah, I think that, and the thing is, I think that it is good to see characters like Silver Surfer step out of their normal comfort zones when it comes to how they interact with other characters. And I actually like the idea of Carnage stepping outside of his and being able to go toe to toe. Because you gotta think about it, the more power he gets, the closer he comes to being more like Null. And the closer he comes to being more like Null, the more dangerous he is. And he is building an army right now. And I don't want to say too much. But I'm just gonna say, I think Carnage will probably get that ass. I think he'll get that ass. Let's see here. Let's go back through it. Let's see here. Just sold by magic recently or broken? I think it was stolen. I think the gem was stolen. Anthony Marciano was talking about the Crimson Gem of Sidorak got stolen by magic recently or broken by her. I can't remember. I want to say it was just taken. Or maybe it was broken. But that's one of those artifacts I don't think can actually be permanently destroyed. Let's see. Yes. Like, I'm glad to see everybody's Jazz fans. Dude, Clarence E. Davis, I didn't even see you sneak up in here. Dark Angel, by the way, Dark Angel, I want to say, man, shout out here.
Cut the check.
Shout out to Dark Angel, my girl Dark Angel, because she rode with me last night on Borderlands. By the way, if you are not in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and I feel like I'm doing everything out of order today. Everything is just out of order. It's wild problematic. Here, I want to see something here. Here, let's go down here to the bottom. To the tippity top, to the bottom. By the way, I do want to go ahead and give quick shout-outs real quick, too, because I didn't do this earlier, but we're going to go ahead and do it right now because, you know, why not? May as well. Gotta take care of you peoples because they take care of you. But I do want to point out that we have Mike Raleigh and CC Sanders as new patrons. And I want to give love to them because they're hooking me up. They're hooking your boy up. And it's great. It's beautiful. Love y'all. But yeah, real quick, I do want to say, if you are not, I repeat, if you are not subscribed, or not even subscribed, technically it's more of a follow situation. If you are not following me, if you're not following me on Twitch, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Dishonor on you and dishonor on your cow. Not really. I don't think you should have dishonor on your cow. But wait a minute. I just want to show you the things that you miss out on by not tuning in on the Twitch channel. Here, wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. I want to say it's this one. We're gonna cut over for a quick second. I want to show y'all these are the things that you miss out on Twitch. I have been a busy bee, but here, let's. You think you know hard times? 30 years. He been reading comics. 30 years. He been black 30 years. And at the end of the day, they still say, "Oh, is your name Andre Black Nerd or Rob from Comics Explained?" That's what hard times is, daddy. So these are the things you miss out on. These are the things you miss out on. You miss out on the gameplay. You miss out on me playing Persona 5. You miss out on me playing Borderlands. Dark Angel was in here with me. Go ahead and please give Dark Angel a round of applause, because Dark Angel went through some hell with me last night because we were having technical difficulties. We're having issues. Things were not going exactly the way that the Blerd Without Fear planned. But Dark Angel rode with your boy, and we got through that Borderlands 2 DLC, that prelude to Borderlands 3 DLC. So got through that. So I want to say, yeah, give a round of applause. Whatever you got to do, give it up for Dark Angel. Dark Angel, you rock. Even though technically you were talking to me most of the time and I couldn't hear you. Look, I'm going to go ahead and take one of these L's. Hold up. So there you go. I'm going to take one of the L's. Let's see here. That said, yeah, but make sure you go check out the Twitch channel. It is twitch.tv/Blerd Without Fear. I actually stream more on there than I do on here, which seems kind of counterproductive because I have a bigger fan base here. However, I stream on Twitch mostly just because I'm going to play video games. I don't want to flood my channel with video game videos because I don't want it to get messy. I don't want, like, my video game playing to just become like a thing that happens on here, because I've seen other channels do it and it never works out well. If I started out as a gaming channel, that would be different, but I've noticed I don't like straying away. Also, if you become a jack of all trades as a YouTube channel, I've noticed that it makes it harder for you because YouTube doesn't understand what to like if people come to your channel for video games and they're not watching any of your other videos, YouTube says, oh, this person came here for that, but they're not watching his other stuff, so boop, put them down. So yeah, I don't like doing that. So I just said, screw it, we'll go to Twitch and do it there. So there you go. But there will be other stuff. Like I'm going to be doing tutorial videos on how I do my comic book videos and all other stuff. Totally go to Twitch. Check that out, because I don't just always play video games. I mean, at least up to this point I have, but I don't plan to. We'll also be doing other stuff. I might be doing my wrestling watch-alongs and stuff like that. Will probably be on Twitch. Won't lie. They'll probably be on Twitch. Okay, so let's see here. Wilbur Robinson asks, is it weird to anyone else that there are some characters that were created before some of us were born, yet are still teenagers? Yes, I've always thought that was weird. I've also thought it was dumb. Also, it was pretty damn dumb. It's like, why is, I mean, granted, maybe not so much for Damian Wayne, but like, for characters, oh man, characters like, I feel like Tim Drake was in college for forever. And I think, but here's the thing though. Here's the other thing I think is very interesting about that, is that some characters that were teenagers, like, when they were created, like, and now, like, okay, case in point, I always see people talking wild spicy about Kitty Pryde as an X-Man and be like, oh, how the heck can she lead the X-Men? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? Why, like, acting like she hasn't paid any dues. This heifer's been around since, like, what, 1980? And she was a teenager when she came into the X-Men, and she's one of the few characters in comics history who has actually aged, not with the times, per se, but just she has gotten older and become a full-fledged adult and has achieved and accomplished things. Like, I know a lot of people were kind of in their feelings about the appearance. Like, it's not even 100% that Kitty is leading the Marauders. It's just the fact that she's in front, so it's easy to assume that she leads the team. You never know. Could be the case, could not be the case. If you use that same logic, that means Wolverine is leading Cyclops' X-Men team, or maybe Rachel Summers, Rachel Gray is, or whatever. But the thing is, that's not the case either, so, you never know. But I'm just saying, she's front and center, so I drew the assumption. But the thing is, who knows who's leading that team? Honestly, it's probably Emma Frost more than anybody else. But people were really in their feelings that Storm wasn't leading the team, that she'd be taking orders from Kitty Pryde. And the thing is that Storm has led teams. Kitty has led teams. Emma has led teams. Anyone can lead a team. That's not really what it's all about. I'm more worried about the stories that are told. I don't care about who's leading the team. As long as it's not somebody stupid. As long as it's not like Toad. I don't want Toad leading a team. Or anything like that. But yeah, so I don't care about any of that. But yeah, that's one of those things, though. Certain characters actually do age and progress while others don't. It's just weird. I don't understand, especially considering that Kitty Pryde and Spider-Man used to be kind of like, close, but no, that was actually more Ultimate Comics, but you know what I mean. Let's see here. Let's see here. Conway Burkdog says, I'm not sure I believe Destiny. Most mutant powers don't have limits to a number of times used. Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's so much that it's the number of times used. I think that Destiny knows something that's going to happen that's going to keep her from using those powers. You got to remember, she doesn't have that power when she's reborn. Just like any other mutant, she has to wait until she reaches maturity, puberty, typically, and in most cases, age 13 before the power actually manifests. So technically, if you kill her before she hits that age, excuse me again, if you killed her before she hit that age, she would not be able to reincarnate. So I think it has more to do with that than it is so much that her power has limited uses. Because remember, Destiny almost immediately said that her power would end if someone came and killed her before her powers manifested in her naturally after her rebirth. So I mean, that's something else to consider. Let's go through the list. Raja Columbus says, I always felt the way mutants were treated, that they don't belong in the main universe. Am I the only one? I mean, they're still humans with powers. Yeah, more or less. I don't disagree with you. I've always thought it was weird. that, that they do it the way they do it. I think it's kind of dumb, honestly. Like, what separates Spider-Man from Beast? I mean, other than the fact that Beast has blue fur. But the thing is, if you didn't know any better, you could assume Spider-Man is a mutant. If not for the fact that Captain America's background is public knowledge, you would just assume that Captain America might be a mutant. What about Thor? He's a god, for Christ's sake. And honestly, it all goes back to the thing. We were joking about this in the Discord, but I actually think that humanity doesn't have a problem with mutants. They have a problem with the X-Men. Because if you think about it, they usually don't care. It's like, Wolverine's on the Avengers. Okay, cool. Beast is on the Avengers. Okay, cool. Storm's on the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. Whatever. It's not until, the X-Men show up, they're like, oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Let's go through it. Oh, John K, thank you. This shirt I got from TeePublic. Yes, TeePublic. Thank you. Very good shirt. I love this shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. I love Daredevil, in case no one can tell. I love the color red, as is experienced behind me, and the aura that I have gotten around me. I literally am called the Blerd Without Fear, which is a play on Man Without Fear. I don't cover many Daredevil comics, but that's mostly because I feel like I'm too close to the character. I'm too close to the character to talk about it properly. The power, let's see, Patty Pat says the power to copy the other powers make more powerful permanently. I mean, yeah, but I mean, she doesn't have that ability. I mean, there's characters who have that ability, and really most of them that do, they don't have retention. That's what keeps them from being as powerful as they probably could be. That's what keeps Hope from being as powerful as she could be, is that she can't keep them. M. Clark says, Donnie Cates hit you back on Twitter, bro? Nah, man, he ain't hit me back yet. I'm kind of mad about it. Trap Mason just became one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I need to fix that. I actually had it set to where the text is whatever. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. Lemon Pea says, how do you feel about the new forces? Strength Sage still in the Flash. I've noticed a good number of older fans not enjoying it. You know what? Honestly, okay. Yeah, no, I've seen the same thing. I've seen some people complaining about it. I am perfectly fine with it. I think that it's perfectly fine. Not only that, don't expect any of these forces to hang around because, or at the very least, don't expect for the Speed Force to be hanging around afterward, because Joshua Williams has recently said that the death of the Speed Force, I think, starts in October. He said to take that literally. It's not a metaphor. It's not some kind of play on words. He said the Speed Force will literally die. So I'm curious to see what they do with it. I'm very curious. But yeah, I think people just don't like change. I think people just don't like change because there's story arcs and things that have happened in comics that people hated, and then like over time they're like, oh, actually that wasn't that bad. It was actually kind of good. You know, that's one of those things. Let's see here. Detroit Red 005 says PS4 or Xbox. Have you played Kingdom Hearts yet? Fire, bro. Okay, so here's my thing. This is from the Discord, by the way. I am a PlayStation 4 person. And the reason why is because I'm an RPG person, and the Xbox One does not have many, if hardly any RPGs that are good. Not only that, I have a very powerful PC when it wants to be. And here, hold. I love you, baby. don't hit me with the blue screen of death like you did before the stream. But no. So the whole thing about that is that since I have Windows 10 and I have a powerful enough PC, I can play any Xbox One game that I want. So there's no point in having an Xbox One. I have a Switch too. I have a Nintendo Switch. I have the PS4. I still have a PlayStation 2. I still have a PlayStation 3. I still have an Xbox 360. And by virtue of that, I can still play Xbox original recipe Xbox games. So I have a lot of stuff. I have a PS Vita. Me and Dark Angel were talking about that last night during the Borderlands stream. But yeah, I have not played Kingdom Hearts. And I'm going to go ahead and say, I know I don't want to upset anybody, so I'm going to go ahead and just say... Danger. I don't like Kingdom Hearts. Wow, that was very well timed. Jonathan Hennessy just became one of Earth's mighty subscribers. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And it's probably going to unsubscribe now that I've said that. No, seriously. I don't like Kingdom Hearts. I just don't. And I know why a lot of people do is because it hit them at the right time. It hit them at the right age. Kingdom Hearts came along when I was getting out of video games, you kind of temporarily. And when I came back to it, I wasn't interested. I was like, no, I'm good. Final Fantasy and Disney characters, I'm good. I don't need it. I'll just play Final Fantasy. That's my mindset towards that. Let's see here. Also, Flameburst says, about the X-Men having symbiotes and the Null tie-in, I think that will be addressed in Absolute Carnage, since they do have a codex in them. I believe that is, and that's technically more a response to Rough Rider, but I do believe that is probably and very likely the case. Very likely the case. Let's see. Alternative Factuals in the building! The Book of Mormon has arrived. Yes, sir, man. Welcome to the stream, man. Dude. We keep meeting like this, man. We keep meeting and passing. We need to get on the same page. It says, let's see here. What is this? It says, Kierkegaard says, she said in the womb she experienced euphoria, talking about Maura McTaggart, alluding to it being a common function all babies in the womb have to make the 9 months bearable on their growing mind. Yeah, that is true. That's very true. I just think that it would be weird though. Like I've always wondered, like, if we have like past lives. I'm not like a hippy dippy person, but I've always wondered about that. Like, why do we, like, sometimes we have memories that we may or may not actually equate or associate with being our own memories. It's like, wow, why do I remember stuff like this? Like, maybe something from like a past life. I always wondered about that. Lemon P says, can we take a minute to appreciate Jaro? Love that little star, dude. Yeah, dude, Jaro's out here breaking hearts, man. Jaro was out here putting the wild hug action on Batman, and dude, that actually, I was like, I loved it. Let's see here. Does Rogue, Steven Albuquerque says, does Rogue still have Miss Marvel's powers? No. Oh, yes and no, maybe. I don't know. It's really weird. Last I checked, I don't think she has super strength anymore. I think she's back to being like original Rogue, but it's always hard to tell. I know at one point she did go, I know she lost the powers, and I think she got some back. I don't know, but it's one of those weird things where, like, Carol Danvers got her powers back, like, I don't know, it's really weird. I always feel like there's this weird shared memory that people have about what happened with all that. People sometimes mix up the cartoon with the comics. But as far as I'm aware, I think Rogue is back to being regular Rogue. Last times I've seen her, she's had to take people's powers or borrow people's powers to have super strength and flight. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. Let's see here. Approach the Nerd says Renee Montoya. Talking about Renee Montoya. Renee is not Question anymore, right? I heard Vic is back and Lois has teamed up. Yeah, Renee is not the Question anymore, as far as I'm aware. The Question that has been walking around lately has been a man. So yes, I'm gonna go on a limb and say, yeah, that's probably the case. Let's see. Alternative Factions, I don't have my webcam, but I mean, I am home right now. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, we need to get one of these, set up. We need to get another duo. We need to get the full Just Us League on, man. We've been slacking, man. We've been slacking. Oh, Lemon Piece, it was your birthday. What? Yesterday? Dude, happy birthday. Dude, I want to give everybody, wish, and I think I see some kind of already flown in, but yeah, give my boy Lemon Piece a happy birthday. Oh, give him a happy birthday. Happy birthday from the Blerd Without Fear. That's from me to you. Lemon Piece is one of the OGs. One of the originals. One of the, like one of the down since day one-ish Earth's Mightiest subscribers. So go and show my boy Lemon Piece some love. Let's see here. Oh, man, just about to hit up the stove. Oh, about to hit up the bodega. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Let's see here. If Rogue is flying Miss Marvel's powers, but if she isn't flying, I think it's back to normal. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I remember when I was reading Avengers No Surrender, I was almost positive she wasn't flying. Like, she had to be carried. But yeah, you never know. You never know. It's all. I think it just always depends on who's playing. She has most of them back. Okay, she has most of them back in Mr. and Mrs. X. Okay, so then that's the case. I don't know how she got them, but I guess it just comes and goes like the wind. Let's see here. Murakami Shoddy says switch player code. You know, honestly, I don't remember it. I would have to here. Let's switch out. Honestly, don't remember my friend code. I'm the most boring person. Unless it's like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, probably won't see me playing anything online. I'm just gonna be brutally honest. But I mean, you can add me at your own peril. I do not. I'm not on it very often. So, but I will put it in here. If someone wants it, it's wait. You know what would help? It would help if I was actually typing that into a chat bar. Wow, typed out a whole friend code. Here, me. Let's do that. How about that? Oh, wait. Missed one. 9-5. Oh, wow, I forgot the dashes. I should probably put dashes in there. Dashes help, right? Dashes help, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think that is right. I am kind of dyslexic, so, there may be a number backwards, but that should be it. Actually, that is it. Yeah, I mostly play single-player games on Switch, so I'll be... Oh! Wait a minute! LJ Mac 03 donated $10 through the super chat. Man, dude, y'all are hooking a brother up today, man. Look, thank y'all for that. I don't know if y'all understand how much that means. And didn't even ask a question. Didn't even ask a question. Just wanted to show some love, and dude, that's just. But anyways, I gotta look. I gotta say thank you. I can't say thank you enough. But thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Like literally from the from the bottom of my heart. I think my heart's like pull to the left. Yeah, right there. To the pit of my soul, which wherever that is. Here, what we got here? DJ Lionheart says NXT TakeOver is tonight. Are you going to watch it? Of course I am. Wait a minute. Hold up. Baby. The American Dream always gonna catch TakeOver. I don't care if it's in New York. I don't care if it's in Toronto. I don't care if it's in New Orleans. Baby, the dream is always gonna catch that TakeOver day. I don't want to live in a world where ain't no TakeOver. That's hard time. Now, you want to talk about hard times, daddy. That's hard times. Yes! Anyway, excuse me. Sorry. Wet the whistle. That's good. That's good agua. Good agua. Anyways, okay, so here we are. Let's see. What is going on in here? It says, do you think Apocalypse, this is from Kierkegaard. Do you think Apocalypse modified Mora could fight Mr. Sinister 1v1 and win? I don't know. I mean, they enslaved him, so I would say that, I mean, because Mr. Sinister, he's one of those guys you can't really kill. They enslaved him. They might have killed him later, probably. Maybe they just enslave him and keep killing him because they know he's going to come back. But no, I mean, I think at that point, Mora probably could take him, maybe. But see, Mr. Sinister is weird. He has his power set is just so strange that I just always feel like it's impossible to kill him. Like, I feel like it's impossible to keep him dead forever. Because he's died on multiple occasions, and it's always like some weird Orochimaru substitution jutsu, or like a clone jutsu or something, or you know, some other thing. So I mean, you never know. You just never know. Approach Nurse says, yeah, they never go into how Rogue gets her powers back, as she doesn't have all of Miss Marvel's powers, but she does have flight back and some of her super strength. Okay, yeah, because I think very recently, I think it was in Captain Marvel number 4, I believe it was. Captain Marvel, it was Captain Marvel versus Rogue, you know, one of those type of storylines, and I don't know, man. Honestly, I can't keep up with Rogue. She is so back and forward. Also, bear in mind that Rogue, if I'm not mistaken, is on the Excalibur team, and she has the 90s suit back, so think about that. Dude, okay, what if what happened at the end of House of X and Powers of 10 was that they pull like a secret invasion, and that it turns out that the X-Men we see right now are pod people, and then the real X-Men show up at the end? That'd be really wild. I don't know if I'd like that ending. Now that I've said it, this is a Village moment. For those of you who I've told the Village story to, when I went to go see M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, I actually called the movie within the first 5 seconds of it starting, because like the movie starts focused on a headstone. And it's the like someone's name and like the day the day and year they were born and the day and year that they died. And I literally leaned over to my friend, and I was just literally joking when I said this. I leaned over and was like, how funny would it be if this movie didn't take place the time they say it does? And then literally when that bitch hops the fence and a Jeep pulls up on her, I was like, you motherfucker. I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh, y'all playing with the dream, daddy. Y'all playing with the dream, the emotions, daddy. But anyways, let's see here. Kierkegaard is saying, I said Sinister killed in the future, but humans, I highly doubt Sinister would allow himself to be killed by humans, especially with all the clones right now. No, not really. Well, yeah, no. Mr. Sinister was killed in the future. They talked about that thing in Powers of 10 #1, but then like they also go back in one of Mora's other lives, they talk about how they enslaved Sinister when she sided with Apocalypse. So yeah, I got it mixed up. My bad. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying now. You said, I'm just talking hypothetically, could she fight him whether he's really dead or not? And he wasn't said to be dead in that Apocalypse timeline anyway, so he's probably alive. But yeah, he's enslaved by them. I mean, honestly, I don't know if she could take him solo. I know Apocalypse can. But if Apocalypse has modified her anyway, if he's modified her the way I would imagine, she's the problem is she's still using guns. So I don't know if that, like, because they don't explore that. It seems like she's still human, or not human, but like, you know what I mean? Like she's still normal for a mutant. I think that's still going. So it's really hard to say how far along she is. Let's see. Wilbur Robinson said, "Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody." Dude, that used to be the call, man. I'd come running out of whatever room I heard that. I already knew it was going down. Steven Albuquerque says, "Ain't ever gonna be over, Daddy. It ain't ever gonna be over." Roberto Bravo says Io Shirai. Yeah, somebody please pour one out for Asuka's Twitter screen name, because apparently she is Io Shirai. I actually really hope Io Shirai gets that ass tonight from Candice LeRae. I think Candice LeRae is about to get that ass beat. Also, Mia Yim, I'm calling it now. Mia Yim is going to beat the brakes off Shayna Baszler. Dude, I'm sorry. I don't see it going any other way now. Every time I think that Shayna's going to get her ass beat, and she usually does, but then she always winds up winning. But now I think this is the one. Oh, let's see here. What else we got? And let's see. Kierkegaard says, "I'm only curious because Apocalypse made Sinister, so he likely has the ability to kill him as well. And Mora was modified to be more like APOC, where Sinister was modified differently." That is true. That is very true. That is something to consider. I think Apocalypse would end Sinister easily, no question. But if he modified Mora, that means, especially if he was if she was his companion, he probably modified her more similar to himself. But you also got to remember who Apocalypse is. He's not vain enough, or he's not like compassionate enough, even with love, to modify someone to be as powerful as he is. She's probably close, but not on his level, because that's just what he said. But yeah. Let's see who else we got in here. Yeah. Basically, oh, wait a minute. Let me make. Whoop, almost dropped my phone. Jesus, fucking up. I'm fucking up. Oh, by the way, dude, Lemon Piece, I just realized you weren't in the Discord. You were in the Discord now, and Andreas35 in the Discord now, and praising the sun. Yes. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And then Tech Spec Studios up in here. Let's see here. I'm old. Brother Pockets out to Twitch. I'm old to see now. It's okay, man. It's okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Here, we're gonna boom. Here, let me get all y'all in here real quick. I know I just welcomed y'all here, but I also want to make sure it's saved for posterity in the general chat. Let's see here. I'm gonna welcome you to the MFN Discord. Anyways, that said, I know Discord is weird. Here, let's see. We got some welcome. Well, yeah. I think did y'all post something in the welcome mat? Yeah, I usually. Typically, I use the welcome mat as just a way for people to, like, see what the rules are of the Discord and go from there. You are totally free to post stuff there if you wish, but I won't read it because I know the rules. I know the rules of my Discord. Okay, so Brother Bacchus says, anyone else find the Krakoan alphabet online? Yeah, I'm about to say you shared it with us. I think it's in the Marvel spoilers. Yeah, you brought it up in the Marvel spoilers channel in the Discord. I actually went and looked it up while I was waiting on my wife to pick out a car. Let's see here. Stephen Ebeke asks, thoughts on Doctor Strange Blerd? Actually, I have not kept up. So I have no thoughts. I've heard some weird things are going on, but I don't know what it is. So I don't want to speak on anything I don't know anything about. As the late great Dusty Rose says, don't do shit you don't know how to do, Daddy. Don't talk about shit you don't know nothing about, Daddy. So that's what I don't talk about it. I don't do it. Words to live by. What is let's see, Evo Rebirth, you say you asked a question in the Discord here. I'm going to the, did you put it in the let's see, I don't know if you answered yet because I just hey Evo, what is your screen name in the Discord? Let me know what your screen name is in the Discord, because if it's different, that's another thing I will say. There's some of y'all who I know are in the Discord because like your screen names in the Discord are the same as your YouTube screen name, so I usually pick those out really quickly. Oh, Static Evo, never mind. I see it now. Static Evo, yeah, I answered your question. I did answer your question. I did answer that, but since you just got here, I will go ahead and answer it yet again. Basically, your the question being about, you know, if Blade would be the first hero in the MCU technically if they went that route. You know, with his, you know, considering his comic book timeline, I don't think they will do that, or maybe they will. I just kind of feel like Marvel, as far as the movies go, they are not very quick to they're more quick to modernize a character than to retroize a character, if that makes sense. That's not even really a fucking word. But you know what I mean. Let's see here. But yeah, I did actually, you know what, and I tell you what I need to do. I usually am very good about putting check marks on the things that I answer. I have not done that yet, so I am now going through and check marking everything that I have answered so far. That said, one thing I do want to talk about real quick before we get out of here is what is coming up here. Sorry about that. It's not that I'm not paying attention to y'all. I'm just making sure that I don't re-answer questions next week. This is what I'm talking about. See, when y'all get, like I said, man, when y'all get on the Discord, man, that's how it is, man. The Discord, like, honestly, the question priority is always going to be super chat, Discord, and then chat, because it's so much easier for me to find the questions in here and kind of curate them and you know, figure. I think I answer some stuff multiple times. Anyway, everything is check marked. There's not a question in the Discord that has not been check marked unless you put it in general chat, which is not where it goes. I mean, you can ask me a question in the general chat, I'll totally answer it. But I mean, if you want me to answer on the show, it should go in the questions for BWF. But yeah, so that said, I do want to go ahead and let y'all know that I haven't fully 100% decided. We probably will. I might do a watch along for Takeover. But I'm probably going to do it differently. It may not be a stream. It may just be me in the voice chat on the Discord. Some of you, like, I know a lot of times, because I've actually had some people say, oh, you know, you're not always in there. You don't always respond to stuff that's going on in there. It's like, I do. It's just I keep different hours than everybody else. So during the day when everyone's active, I'm usually asleep because I'm a fucking vampire. That said, what I do want to share is that a lot of time, and I think people don't usually catch it, and maybe I should send out an alert to let people know that I'm in there. But sometimes, if you come to the Discord, I am in the general chat, like on the voice channel. So sometimes if people want to talk to me, I'm there, and I can answer questions a little more directly. Or sometimes people just, you know, start talking, and like I always tell people, talk amongst yourselves. I will totally jump in. But yeah, we're trying to grow a really awesome community that kind of builds around each other, and everybody kind of get to know each other and love each other, and treat each other with kindness and respect, all that good stuff. I say do unto others, not a Forgotten Sons reference. Just I say do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But I will be in the chat. I will probably be in the voice channel. I may not do a stream because honestly, I just kind of feel like, my kid's gonna be running around. It's gonna be noisy in my house, and it'll just be so informal. Yeah, I'd rather be able to have a little more professional watch along stream. I also would like to have people with me because I don't think I'm that entertaining. But that said, let's get Ernie in the MCU. I tell you what, and actually, Brother Baka said there should be an anime thread in the Discord. Yes, there should be. You know what? Ask and you shall receive. And actually, what I'm gonna do, and I don't know, maybe y'all can tell me whether or not y'all think this is a good idea or not, but I kind of feel like general chat is a safe space to not have to worry about spoilers. I feel like if you step into a Marvel chat room, you're probably gonna get spoiled on something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to not I know because a lot of people sometimes avoid the other channels, I've noticed, because they're afraid of getting spoiled on something. I'm kind of like, you should probably be prepared for that. But what I'm gonna do, because I am a benevolent Blerd, I am going to create anime. Though I almost feel like, man, there's so many anime. We're just gonna call it the anime. We're just gonna call it, the anime. It's just the anime thread. Because there's so many anime, and if it gets to a point where, like, I feel like there should be a Dragon Ball Z one, there should be a Naruto one, because I feel like that's what everybody's going to be talking about. But, it's going to be one, it's going to be an anime thread. Done. Cut the check. Ask and you shall receive. There is now... where is it? Yep, there is now an anime thread. So there you go. Boom. Done.
Cut the check.
Done. Stephen Mbaki asks, what's up with Dracula from where Avengers left off, Blerd? You know what, honestly, they have kind of gone back here and there and addressed it in some recent issues, but right now the Avengers are more focused on what's going on with Mephisto. So it's hard to say, but do know that they have not forgotten about Dracula. Jason Aaron has brought Dracula up here and there since they got out of that story arc with the Avengers versus was it the Shadow Colonel, I believe was his name. Or whatever his name was. Spoilers, life is full of little disappointments. Let's see here. Dude, please. And like I say, M. Clark, get entering in the MCU. I meant to say this earlier. Cut the check. Cut the check, man. Dude, look, Kevin Feige, Kevin Feige, I want you to come holler at your boy, the blood without fear, baby. You come talk to your boy. Come talk to your boy. Who knows about what hard times really is. You come and get him in the MCU. You come bring him in. I don't even need any powers. I wouldn't even mind being the guy that comes in, just does a little Dusty Rhodes impersonation, help explain to everybody what's going on in the MCU. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I really want to do for you. I'm just trying to help enhance your stories. Is what I'm trying to do. See, that's what it's all about, Daddy. That's what it's all about, Kevin Feige. But anyways. Yes. Anyway, let's see. Wilbur Robinson says Blade pops up behind the Blerd like the end of Blade 2. He said, you didn't think I forgot about you, did I? Dude, wait, that's actually how I kind of have. Okay, I just want to go say that's kind of how I half expect Donny Cates to do next time I see him, because I think he may be back in Memphis for MCX, Memphis Comics Expo. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna pull up. He's like, I'm gonna walk past his table, or I'm gonna walk up to his table, like, oh hey man, where's Donny Cates at? And his wife, who I've met, is a really nice woman. She'll be like, oh no, he went to go grab some lunch. I'm like, oh, that's weird. He went without you. And the next thing I get a tap on the shoulder, and I turn around, he'd be like, you need to put some bass in your voice. I'm like, oh no, Jesus Christ, no. That's an inside joke for Donny Cates. Some people may know it, some people may not. Anyway, he'll be like, nah, motherfucker, you need to, he'll be like, you've been talking wild spicy about me on the Blerd Cave, man. I need to come and tighten you up real quick. No, Brother Bogus says Blerd equals comic influencer. Man, I'm trying to be a comic influencer. I kind of feel like, and I talked about this in the Absolute Carnage video, I feel like Donny Cates has watched my videos, because I feel like he attacked me in one of I feel he attacked me in one of those pages of Absolute Carnage. I'm not saying that is exactly the case, but I mean, it would not surprise me if that were the case. But it was something about pronunciation, something that, like, I get attacked for regularly. I don't know why everybody attacks me about pronunciation. Y'all motherfuckers know I don't pronounce everything correctly, and yet I always get attacked for it. And he attacks me. I feel like I'm being attacked for the pronunciation of something that I talked about in a previous video months ago. But, because that's usually how that works, because he probably wrote this story, like, several months ago, and it's just now hitting the shelves. So it actually kind of lines up. But, But yeah, I mean, heck, I'm pretty sure people watch my videos. I would not be surprised if Donnie Cates watches my videos. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Aaron has seen my videos. I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan Hickman has seen my videos. I'm pretty sure that they vanity check themselves from time to time because I do it. I'm pretty sure everybody else does. Hell, I vanity checked myself the other day and found a video on YouTube of my dad performing a martial arts kata from like 2 or 3 years before I was born. So, I mean, you never know what you're going to find out there. And if Clark said, cut that promo. Yes. Yes. Steven Nambuki says, Ghost Rider. Yeah, dude, actually right now, Jason Aaron is hyper laser focused on Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, and by virtue, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. So that is what's going on right now. I think once they get kind of done with that, maybe once that wraps up, they'll probably roll back to the Dracula story arc is what I think is going to happen. Brother Bach is asking, did you get your spine ripped out? Nah. He didn't do me like that. I think that would have been a little mean spirited, but but no, I mean he did flag me on pronunciation. So I mean I'm not mad about it. And I can only assume because it is something I have said. I know for a fact. I actually went back and looked. It is something I pronounced incorrectly once or twice. So there you go. You said Evo Rebirth says, do you think Taskmaster is likely to show up in the Falcon Winter Soldier TV show as the personal trainer to Baron Zemo? Probably. But you know what? Honestly, I don't know because I think, well, does that come out after Black Widow? I think it comes out after Black Widow. If that is the case, maybe. But see, I've also heard some weird things about Taskmaster in the MCU, so I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but I've heard stories. That the guy who I thought was playing Taskmaster is actually not Taskmaster. I've heard it's actually somebody else. And it's very possible that it may be Rachel Weisz, which I know a lot of people probably aren't crazy about. I don't really care. I mean, I think it would be weird, but it does actually kind of make sense. I mean, I guess maybe from a standpoint, but you never know. I don't know, and I don't want to say yet because I mean we haven't seen the movie, and it's probably not the case. But some people have commented that the Taskmaster has a more feminine frame in the concept artwork, not so much the set photos, but the concept artwork. And who knows? Maybe it just was artistic license. But I until I actually see it in action, and especially since the news has been kind of like under the radar, it's probably just people with tinfoil hats talking crazy. Spider-Man plus Mephisto equals fan rage quit is what DJ Lionheart said. Yeah, no, that definitely. And the King of Hell, the King of Hell storyline involving Ghost Rider, that's exactly where they're going right now. Let's see here. Brother Box says Avengers Dark sounds amazing. I mean, you never know. I mean, the Avengers are delving into some territory we normally don't see them in. They're dealing with darker, more supernatural subject matter. I think it's something that people don't really expect from the Avengers, and that's why I like it. I think it's good when you take a writer like Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron knows how to step outside the box. He knows how to step outside of his comfort zone and give you a story that you may not expect to associate with the subject matter that he's writing about, and that would be case in point, that would be, the Avengers facing off against vampires and the devil, or one of them. Let's see here. Evo's like, you dropping bombs, man. I might be. Wolf Warner says Monica Rambeau coming finally. Hope they do a good job. I think they will. Here's the thing, and this is what I wish people understood. Wish people accepted this and just and saw things the way I see them, because I don't get angry about certain. Very rarely will you see me angry about something, like legitimately angry. And when Captain Marvel came out, I remember there were so many people that were just like, "Oh my god, oh yeah, Monica Rambeau's in, but she's a 9-year-old girl," crying and everything. Here's my thing: the movie takes place in the 90s, so why would she be grown? Just saying. I mean, if you want her to be a good and grown-ass old woman in the 90s, then fine. But, I mean, that means by the time Endgame comes around, she'd be freaking like Pam Grier's age. She'd be older than Samuel L. Jackson. But anyways, I just think that's weird. I just always think it's weird when people want things and don't understand how they have it. Like, Kevin Feige has a very specific plan. He didn't just make her a 9-year-old girl for no reason. Kevin Feige is a freaking genius, because you got to think about something. That little girl was probably outside of the damn cat, was probably one of the scene stealers of the entire movie. Like, she constantly warmed my heart, had me, like, crying tears, because when I looked at her, I saw my 3-year-old, like, I was seeing my daughter. I was seeing my 3-year-old daughter. I was like, oh my God, this is my Cersei. This is my Cersei right here. God. And that's the thing. That's what Kevin Feige does. He's a freaking genius. People overthink what he does a lot of times. Kevin Feige is not weaving some mystical plan that is like, freaking chess master levels of complexity. It's very simple. It's very easy. He puts in a character that is young, so that way she lowers your defense, and she sneaks in and she steals your heart, and then comes back later. You introduce this character. You tease what this character is going to be able to do in the future, and then when you get to the future, you reveal that character, and now you're already bought in on this character because of the connection from, when you first were introduced to her. And that's the other thing. What people don't understand, there's a reason why when in Avengers Infinity War, when they showed Bucky being dusted, they didn't show it from anyone else's perspective other than Captain America's, because they knew that maybe you don't care about Bucky, but you know that Cap cares about Bucky, and if you see Cap hurting, you will hurt because you are connected to Captain America. It's smart. It's smart. That's the Russos. That's filmmaking 101. Anyway, neither here nor there. Preaching. I'm preaching here. But anyways, yes, I know we're 2 characters away from the Ultimates now. 2 characters away. All you gotta do is make it happen. And there is a rumor that America Chavez may be on the way. So I'm just saying, think about it. Take a second. Ding. Let's see here. Casey, dude, Casey, when'd you get in here? Anyway, he said, plus we got a grown one. We got her and WandaVision as a grown. Exactly, dude. She's gonna be grown, dude. People not thinking about this. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. Dude, no, Pam Grier's still hot, but she can't carry a franchise. She can't carry a franchise anymore. Not the way that they want. I'm not saying she can't carry a movie or anything, but just that she can't carry a long-term franchise the way that Kevin Feige wants. Kevin Feige wants somebody that can carry a franchise for the next 10, 15 years, is what he's thinking down the road. That's why they hired Shang-Chi so young. That's why they've hired all these other actors so young. Because you think about it, when they brought in, now, outside of Robert Downey Jr., outside of him, pretty much everyone else they've hired, and maybe Benedict Cumberbatch, but it's because those characters needed to be older. But you look at like Captain America, Thor, so on and so forth. They hired these actors young, and we think of them as being like, they're older now, but they were younger then. That's what you gotta think about. Stephen Abuki, you asked if T'Challa is still King of the Dead. I think so. I don't think that's changed. I don't believe so. As far as I'm concerned, he still has shadow physics and control over the necromancy stuff. But I haven't really seen him with an opportunity to use it lately. Let's see here. Lemon Pea says, I heard she was dead before the dusting with the Warriors 3 gone. She's probably never showing up again. Yeah, okay, so for Claro, Lemon Piece is talking about Sif. And a lot of that also has to do with contractual things, like don't be surprised if Sif shows up in Thor Love and Thunder. That could happen. But yeah, that's one of those things you kind of have to think about is, yeah, she may not come back. I think, honestly, by the time that Taika Waititi came along, it was too late for, was it Jamie Alexander, I believe is her name, who plays Sif. I believe it was too late for her by that point. I think she was kind of in the same boat as Natalie Portman. She was kind of like, it's too little too late. I want out. and you kind of fast forward, and it's like now everybody's like, oh yeah, wait a minute, come back, and because now the movies are doing good, we actually got somebody who understands the property, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I think the woman they got to play Monica Rambeau in the MCU, I think they picked very, very wisely. I do still wish they would have gotten DeWanda Wise, but I am very happy with who they chose. Excuse me. I'm very happy with who they chose, so you get no grief from me on that one. Let's see here. I'm gonna be honest with you, Steven. Honestly, I just say read the current run. Ta-Nehisi Coates is still writing. Last I checked, when he was doing the Black Panther arc, when Coates was doing the Black Panther arc prior to all the space stuff, it was still there. It was still a thing. So I'm pretty sure it's still there. But I would honestly say read Ta-Nehisi Coates' entire run if you haven't already. It is a really good run. It is worth a read, and it gets into some crazy stuff. And it's very political, in regards to African politics being kind of dissected, and even American politics being dissected. But I think it's a very good read. And it also, you will get to see Storm and Black Panther reunited. So, I mean, that's a very good thing there. Let's see. Let's see. And Avengers next, yeah, but I'm gonna give you the same shoulder shrug my kid gives me. Just that's what she does to me, anyway. It's like she's like, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. We're going to get ready to drop out of here, though. I think because, oh, man, dude, yeah, I think TakeOver's about to start. Hold on. I better get my ass out of here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. TakeOver. Onto start time. I think it's actually about to start right now. Jesus Christ. Let's see. What is that? Oh, in another hour, but I need to start getting ready for it. As I say, okay, it starts in about an hour, so let me I need to get on that. Oh yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, Casey. I'm not about that. I totally get where you're coming from. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know I don't know where they're gonna go with it from there, one way or the other. Let's see here. I would totally watch Pam Grier in a silver, like a silver-haired Foxy Brown remake. Oh, yeah, duh, any day of the week. Oh no, I'm with you too. Live in Peace. I'm right there with you. I've been meaning to cover the intergalactic stuff with Black Panther. Just, dude, there's so much stuff going on, and I feel bad too because I kind of feel like there's a void. And I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. Here's my thing. I want to ask y'all a question. I want to ask y'all a real question before we get out of here. I want to ask you a real, and I'm talking about, like, this is something that could potentially define the future of this channel going forward. Okay, so I have noticed that there is a void in comic book YouTube. There's a void. I'm not talking shit about Rob. I'm not talking shit about Benny. I'm not talking shit about Dope Spill or anybody else. But I've noticed there's a void, and especially a void when it comes to us black YouTubers. And that is that we don't cover very many black characters. Like, I think I am probably the one who covers them the most. Just by virtue of the fact that I've done character breakdowns of a lot of black characters. And once again, something else I'm going to get back to. But I have noticed that, like, I have gotten caught up in the whole, ooh, new comics, because I'm that guy. Like, ooh, that's a new comic. I'm going to go see what that is. But the thing is, I want to get back to covering more black characters, because I kind of feel like we've done our black characters disservice. And I mean, I'm the Blerd without fear. What am I if I'm not covering characters that look like me? So I mean, I haven't talked about Black Panther. I haven't talked about Monica Rambeau and Blue Marvel as much lately. Most because there really isn't much to say. But Monica Rambeau is going to be leading or in a team at some point a little later on, so maybe that'll change. But yeah, I want to get back to that. So I wanted to ask you all a question. Do y'all want to see me get back to covering more black and brown characters? Because I do feel like, yes, there's a deficit, and YouTube there is no place for it. At least I haven't. I know there's some channels that have done it, but I haven't seen it personally. Maybe one or two other channels, maybe if that. But I want to get back to it now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. Blerd Cave 2 same time tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see about that. Let's see. Casey Johnson says you and Panther God. Lex Bryan says you are correct. Lemon P says yes, I'm here for it. Let's see. Warren Regis says yes, please. M. Clark says yes, do it. Hell yeah. Lemon P says hell yeah, do it. Okay, so yeah, that's okay. Because here's the reason I ask. I know for a fact that okay, so let's you know what? I got time, so we're gonna go a little long today. I just want to talk about it. I want to be honest with y'all about something. So, okay. When I did the first House of X video, and I brought up the whole thing about Black Wall Street, when I did the Uncanny X-Men video where I talked about the Uncanny X-Men number 22 video where I talked about why it's important to not tell people you don't see their color. A lot of people took a lot of what I said as being racist. Which is funny because I was actually talking about not being racist. So weird, but you know, whatever. And I've always come to find it's always the same people who say the same thing. And I know I'm going to alienate some people who watch. Like, I know I feel like I fall into one of those categories where I have a lot of fans who are black. I have a lot of fans who are white. I have a lot of fans who are Hispanic. I have a lot of fans who are, just from other cultures and ethnicities and religions. And my thing is, you know what? I always kind of felt like when I started this channel, my original intention was to make this a channel that was, I don't like using the term safe space, but I felt like I wanted this channel to be a place where people of color could see things that they connect with, and to cover things that they can connect with. And I actually had people, when I do the videos about black characters, I've had people come out and say, oh my god, why do you always talk about black characters? Like, I only talk about black characters every once in a while. Most of the comics I cover are about white characters. And it's just like, and I know the white characters are going to get me the views. I know it's going to, elevate the channel. I know it's going to build the channel. I know it's going to build the audience. I know people want to hear about Dark Knight's Metal. I know people want to hear about Absolute Carnage. I know they want to hear about House of X, Powers of 10, Spider-Man, this, that, and the third, Venom, whatever. And I have no problem covering those things. But it's time for me to start really looking at covering the things that are important. And I'm always going to cover, well, I don't want to say always. As long as Donny Cates is writing Venom, I'm going to cover Venom. As long as Absolute Carnage is a thing, I will be covering Absolute Carnage. As long as House of X and Powers of 10 are ongoing, I'm going to cover them. Once Powers of 10 and House of X come to a close, I will not be covering. I'm not going to be doing the whole, like, I'm covering everything Dawn of X. I'm not covering 6 X-Men titles. No, that's not happening. If something big happens, yes, but otherwise, no. It'll be the same way I did with War of the Realms. Once War of the Realms is done, I'm not covering all that other ancillary stuff. It's not happening. But yeah, I want to cover all those other things. I want to be able to get back to doing character breakdowns. I want to get back to talking about these characters that we don't know about. Characters that we don't get to hear about because they get pushed under because they're not they're not, your typical white male character. I'm not, and like I said, let's be fair here. Let's be fair here. For anybody who thinks I'm a racist, and I don't like using this I hate when other people use this argument, but I'm going to use this argument because it actually is appropriate. I'm a black man with a white wife and a biracial child. Most of my friends who I actually hang out with are white. Just being real. But also, I have a lot of, like, all of my friends kind of run the gamut. All of my friends run the gamut. By the way, I was kind of off on a rant here, so I don't want to act like I didn't see that. But I do want to give a shout out to Alfredo Placeres for subscribing. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I was in the middle of a rant, so I just kind of was like, eh. But no, I have friends who come from every spectrum. All of my friends. I have a ton of black friends. I have a lot of white friends. I have a lot of gay friends. I have a lot of Hispanic friends. I have a lot of trans friends. I have friends who come from just about every socioeconomic background you could potentially think of. And that's because my life has always been that way. I just gravitate towards people who are nice to me. I don't really care, I don't care what color or religion you are, but I am going to always recognize and respect what color and religion you are, because I think that's important. Just saying. I think it's important. I think to deny that or to ignore that is bad. And I know I'm going to upset some people. I already know it. I know there's some people right now, there's like, ooh, look, just triggered. But that's the thing. I'm just a nice guy like that. And I want to represent those people. I want to represent those people that I care about. I want to represent those people who look like me. What do I look like? If, like case in point, I remember, and some of you I think have talked about it before, but Rob from Comics Explained. I love Rob. I love Rob to death. But there's a reason why he doesn't talk about black characters very often. It's because he knows who his audience is. He knows what his audience majority is, and it ain't black. He knows it's going to upset them, and he doesn't want to piss off Comicsgate. I mean, he'll speak up every now and again, but for the most part, Rob generally tries to stay unproblematic. He tries not to rock the boat, as it were. And y'all may agree with me. Y'all may agree. Y'all may disagree with me. I don't know. I know like a bunch of people, like I literally just watch a whole bunch of people just go like, yep, I'm out. That's fine. Bye. If that pissed you off, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, Stephen Ambuki says, not at all, man. Acknowledge my ethnic background like I would yours. It's just respect it. Exactly. That's exactly. Let's see here. More Stephen Ambuki says more. Yeah, it says more ethnic character coverage. Approach the Nurse says I need mixed characters too. Yes. We have Danny Cage. Is like, we need more. Exactly. I do exactly. And Maria knows me. Maria and I, we've talked about this. Max says indeed yes in TLC voice. Yes. Me again. Yes. Well, it's me again, and I'm back. But yeah, no, I'm kind of going back and just kind of going back and kind of reading over the let's see. Oh yeah, yellow. Yeah, dude, Brother Bacchus. Yes, of course. Asian characters need representation too. I think that it's one of those things. I think people only talk about them because it suits them. That's what happens. People only talk about these characters because it suits them. Let's see here. Let's go down the list. Yes, blended characters too. Yes, there you go. Done. Dude, yeah, look, Baby Lousa Odin's daughter. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You say so? You saying you, Luke Cage? Look, I'm just saying. Let's see. Stephen Burgess just became one of Earth's mightiest. Thank you, Stephen Burgess. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Thank you for that. Blue Marvel, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, they were, Brother Boggs, yeah, back in the day, Asian characters in comics were like, they were martial artists only or supervillains. That's exactly the case. Oh, and every black character was a jive-talking, hip jive, coolie kind of brother. That's what you were. That's exactly. Stephen Ebeke says, opium dens or railroads. I mean, yeah, it was that way, and I'm sorry. And like I said, I'm going to tell you right now, and be honest with you, I literally watched about maybe 10, I literally watched the chat drop by 10 just because I brought it up. Because people don't want to hear about it because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And my thing is, if you think that talking about a character of color is political or is racist or makes you feel uncomfortable, that says more about you than it does about me. So if you are feeling tight, if you are feeling some type of way because it makes you uncomfortable, that says a lot about you as a person, and I think that you need to check that. When someone is talking to me about a character that is Hispanic, I do not feel uncomfortable. I mean, I'll feel uncomfortable if the character is problematic and they're upset about it. I'll be like, man, I kind of see where you're coming from. But, like, if someone's like, hey, America Chavez, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 and I like this, and I like that, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm with it. I'm happy for you. But, I don't, like, when, like, I've digested white characters my entire life. So I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I mean, I'm immune to it. We have dozens upon thousands, dozens of millions of white characters in comics. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. Let's see. Okay, was it Limpy says, bummer fact, Phantom Girl on the Terrifics was supposed to look Asian, but ended up white when the artist on the book ignored or missed that on reference sheet for the character design. Wow! That is problematic. That is actually problematic. Let's see. Casey just says, I love this show so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Robert Jerome says, hells to the yes, more black characters, please and thank you. And they're talking about talking about like Asian characters. Yeah, dude, yeah, they all fall into some category or something. Was Limpy's also in regards to black characters, I've noticed nowadays a lot of them are overcorrected and sanitized to the point of blandness. That is also true. I do hate to say it, but that is actually kind of the case. Because people are scared. They don't want to accidentally upset anybody, but they also don't. But that also goes both ways. They don't want to upset. It's really weird. It's like they're scared to write a black character a certain way because they think it'll upset a black fan, reader, or the black audience, but they also don't want to make them black enough to the point that they upset their white audience. It's kind of like, okay, case in point, Ironheart. You have Eve L. Ewing writing Ironheart, and I mean, she is written more like a character that is black than she has ever been before, and it's one of those situations where I feel like when Brian Michael Bendis was writing Ironheart, I think he did his absolute best to try and write her in an organic way, but she never came off as being authentic. But now she comes off as being authentic, and now I've noticed that people are. Some people feel some type of way about it. Some people don't. Me personally, I like it. I'm here for it. I think it's great, and I think it's actually made her better. Let's see here. Let's see here. And then yeah. Okay, so let's see here. What happened to the Asian team defending Asian Coast? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Stephen Ambukis was talking about how, was wondering what happened to Asian team defending Asian Coast, found them in Ages of Atlas, so far not bad. Yeah, no, I mean, Ages of Atlas, they're actually good. They're actually a very good team. I was like, wow, I've never been a fan, and now I am. Casey Jones says, I'm really glad they color swapped Nick Fury for the Ultimates one. And in the normal one, he has a black son. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was actually I thought it was the way to go. And also, it's one of those situations like no one really gets upset about it. No one really cares because honestly, they like that version of Nick Fury better. Nick Fury was kind of a bland character. I mean, he was interesting, but I mean, he just wasn't incredibly interesting compared to other characters. Let's see here. If Galar says preach, but I mean, yeah, look, I do what I can. Approaching her, Maria was talking about biracial characters were taboo, so annoying, and yeah, no, they were actually. Yeah, Brother Bogga says, bro, you are at 33K subs. All who really love what you do. And I appreciate that. I just want to say I appreciate it. And like I said, there's going to be some changes. And I've talked about it for a while, and I haven't done it. And I kind of am pissed off more at myself than anybody else because technically I control the content that I create. But I won't lie. I have fallen prey to the same trap that I think that Rob and Dopespill and, well, I mean, I don't blame Comic Story, and he's a white guy. So, I mean, I don't expect him to cover characters of colors. What does he have to gain by it except black viewership or style points? But it is something I've noticed that like a lot of black YouTubers who cover comics don't talk about characters who look like them, and I think it's kind of a missed opportunity. And like I know that yeah, during Black History Month I did it more because I did it more because I was like, dude, I really do need to be doing it, and I want to do it more often, and I should be doing it more often, but I just get wrapped up in all this other shit. So, I mean, what may wind up happening is, instead of doing, like, throwbacks, because I did want to do throwback comics, but it's one of those situations where I'm be brutally honest with y'all, and this is something I've learned since I've been covering Maximum Carnage. I don't really like going back and reading old comics. I really don't. I really do not like reading old comics. Not because I think they're bad, but just because they're harder for me to read. I think comics have evolved so much to the point that they're so much easier to read nowadays. In older comics, it's just like, oh god, why? There's so many thought bubbles in old comics. There's so many narration boxes that have nothing to do with anything in old comics. It's why I never finished the Crisis on Infinite Earths videos. Maybe one day I will, but man, Crisis on Infinite Earths is so hard to read nowadays. I know it's a classic, but god damn is it hard to read. I'm so sorry. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, so here's the thing. All right, so comics like a bag of Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Yeah, no, I 1000% agree. Here, wait a minute. I think I missed something in here. Yeah, no, yeah, mixed biracial people are real. I know plenty of them. I agree with Maria there. I agree with Approach the Nerd. Like I said, I mean, I kind of have to. I mean, I have a biracial daughter, so kind of it's real. It's real. It's real. God damn it. Let's see here. Oh man, yeah, no, dude, dude, we're gonna hit him. We're gonna hit it, man. We're gonna hit these numbers, man. And like I said, we're gonna do it one way or another. But I would rather be known as the. Okay, I'll put it like this: I would much rather be known as the YouTuber who is black, who covers comics that also encompass his culture and his background, than be the YouTuber who is black, who is known for not doing it. And I don't want to be that guy. I've seen how spicy people talk about Comics Explained in the comments on this channel. I've heard people like, yeah, dude, he forgot. He was, I mean, I know Rob is only half black, but I mean, I've heard some people commonly say that, dude, he forgot about that half sometime. And I don't want to be that guy. I want to actually remember those things. I want to actually be known for remembering them. It is what it is. And you know what? Hey, if it's only me, that's fine. Or maybe I'll inspire other people to do things. I've noticed that this channel has inspired other comic book YouTubers who are much bigger than myself to change how they do things, whether they realize that or not. I noticed that Rob started making shorter videos when I started making shorter videos. I noticed that, I've even noticed that, I'm not saying that, you know, the Dope Spill's changed up anything exactly as dumb, but I've noticed that Dope Spill covers certain comics that I cover now. And more regularly. Though there are also things he covers I don't cover, but I'm not switching. But if I see Dope Spill covering something that I normally don't, I'm not going to switch what I do and go play, you know, like, and go like, oh, let me cover this because he covered it. No, he covered it. Let him do it. Let him have it. I'll cover something else. So that's my attitude towards Living Peace says I'm waiting on the answer I'm waiting on answer on his awesome human power battery physiology change. Oh wait, are we talking about John? Oh, talking about Jon Stewart. Yes, actually, yeah, no, you talking about that phenomenon? Yeah, that has been hindering him for a long time. Jon Stewart is one of those characters who's been in the DC universe for forever and is literally treated like a redheaded stepchild. Not well handled at all. And I've talked to a writer who used to write him, and he said as much. Oh man, yeah. Limpy says, I feel you on reading old comics. Oh, man, the DC CBR form be on my ass. Dude, it is true, man. A lot of those old comics, they don't read well. Let's see here. And, yo, Brother Box, I'm right there with you. And I kind of feel the same with long stories. Good, I'm going to read it. I'm right there with you. Let's see here. Oh, no, I know. That's one thing I will say about Approach the Nerd, because we text each other a lot, going back and forth. And a lot of times, I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about, Maria? What are you talking about? She's like, oh, it's talk to text. Oh, of course. Makes sense. Not my best friend. Talk to text is not my best friend. The Fire and Ice Girl in X-Men, I can't remember her first name. Oya. You're thinking about Oya. Or Oya. Yeah, she's, I forget her actual name, but I think she's Nigerian, I believe so, but she's basically Todoroki from My Hero Academia. Actually, I know somebody got mad at me because I posted something on Instagram about her. They were like, "Well, why does My Hero Academia have to be a copy of her? Maybe she was a copy of him." And I was like, "She came out before him." Not only that, the guy, I forget his, I'm not gonna fuck up his name, but yeah, the guy who created My Hero Academia, he's been very open about the fact that he copies the powers and stuff from characters from Marvel Comics. It's not that big of a secret. Anyways, yeah, no, Lex Bryant, you're right. Black Lightning, he gets screwed all the time. Arrow from Agents of Atlas, yes. Brother Bacchus, I'm right there with you, dude. Arrow is not. I like Arrow a lot. KCD says, I always assumed Rob was of Hispanic background or some form of. I never knew he was half black. Either way, I think he just covers comics. Either way, love Rob, love Blerd. Yeah, no, I'm not hating. That's why I wanted to kind of make people understand. I'm not hating on Rob. I'm not hating on Rob at all. My thing is this is just something I noticed. Just something I noticed. I just happened to look up one day and realize that he does, like I've even actually kind of caught him saying stuff in the past about how like he doesn't really. I think like I remember he covered the run of Captain America when Falcon took over, and people started lighting him up. It was like because kind of the Comics Gate crowd came for his throat, and I think that was one of the first times he really got attacked for like covering. I think after that, I think he kind of leaned off of black characters. I think that kind of had more to do. Here, let's see here. Stephen Embaki says, we come to the Blerd Cave to see Blerd without fear. Don't fear the Reaper. You goddamn right. Goddamn right. Here, wait a minute.
Cut the check.
Let's see here. Yeah, Limpy, you say yes, she's Nigerian. Oya is Yoruba. Is a Yoruba name. Okay, cool. That's okay, there you go. That answers it. Like I didn't do a video. Actually, she's probably gonna be one of my next videos. But Oya, I did a during Black History Month, I was doing like the 28 days of Black History in comics, and she was one of the characters I covered, and I remember talking about that in a text form, not in a video form. You know what I mean? No, and I'm right there with you. A person nurse. Yeah, Stewart is amazing. I like Kyle, but John is just more charismatic, and that's correct. Actually, I like, and I'm gonna say something problematic here. I actually love it when John and Guy Gardner are teamed up because they just have the best chemistry of any two characters in the Green Lantern Corps to me. I think they just have better chemistry. I like Hal and John together. I like Hal and Kyle together, but John Stewart and Guy Gardner, that's friendship goals. The Future Foundation, Stephen Ambiguity. Ooh, wow, that's a very good question. I haven't been keeping up with Future Foundation. Hold up. Here, that is a very good question. Somebody might actually catch it before I do. Current members. Here, let me try something here. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, Onome. Onome, I think is her name, or Onomi. I'm probably gonna fuck that name up. But yeah, yeah, it's Onome or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna type it in the thing, and y'all can check me on that. But yes, yeah, no, I mean, like I say, y'all are saying all the right stuff. Y'all are saying everything. Y'all are saying everything I'm thinking. John and Guy are the best Lantern bromance and top 5 DC bromances. I said what I said. You can add me. Yeah. Oh no. Uhura is a different character, I think. Maybe. Or here, let me. I think that's a guy. I think. Could be wrong. Let me. Yeah, because I think Ahura is an Inhuman, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. But yeah, I found here. I'll show you the thing I found. I'm gonna drop it here in the chat. Y'all can check it at your leisure if you choose to. But yeah, it's in there in the chat. So boom, y'all hit that. Yeah. So that said, man, wow, we have been at it almost 3 hours, dude. Yes. So yeah, that said, I'm glad that I got the feed. That was the feedback that I wanted. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, yes. Wilbur Robinson's good call out. Yeah, it was Dwayne McDuffie for he was the one kind of spearheaded putting Jon Stewart on Justice League animated series back in the day. Love it. But yeah, that said, we are getting ready to jump up out of here. I just kind of wanted to run that by y'all. I didn't know what anyone would think about it, if anyone would care one way or the other, if anybody gave a shit. But yeah, it's like I said, it's something that had been weighing on my soul. It is something that had been weighing on my soul for a while, and I'm kind of glad that we did kind of bring it up, because now I actually kind of know that, because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of you who are in the chat right now, if you're here in this chat right now, if you're watching the show right now, if you're watching the Blerd Cave, especially if you've been here since I started, you're the ones who are regularly watching the videos the most, liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, so on and so forth, spreading the word about the Blerd, because, Blerd is the word. Theoretically, Blerd is equal to or greater than the word, so there you go. But y'all are the ones who are usually out there white knighting for me, so, I kind of wanted to ask y'all first before I make any, crazy change. And you know what, honestly, if the viewership falls off because I made a video about a black character, or a Hispanic character, or an Asian character, or a gay character, whatever character, I'm willing to take that L. Because I would rather, a lot of people have asked me why I've never done a video about Storm, or why I've never done a video about, technically I did do one kind of loosely about Black Panther. It was more like 10 things you may not know about Black Panther video. I was trying to do a top 10 video, and it backfired on me. Not really backfired on me, it just didn't, I don't think people gravitated it as much as they did my character breakdown videos, which I should have just done it as a character breakdown video, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, my point is that the reason why I don't do character breakdowns about characters like Storm and Black Panther is because most people know who they are. I'm more willing to do a video about a character like Oya because people don't know who she is. I want people to know who these characters are, because I want people to actually care and actually be like, oh, wow, there's a character out there that looks like me. It's the same reason that Brian Michael Bendis made characters like Miles Morales and Riri Williams. He wanted his adopted daughters to have characters that look like them. He wanted them to see that representation. It's the reason why Dwayne McDuffie did all the things that he did. He wanted there to be representation. He wanted black people to see characters like himself. It's why at Milestone, when Ivan Velez helped create the Blood Syndicate, Ivan Velez Jr., that is why so many of the characters were Puerto Rican. Why so many of the characters, had problems that were realistic. Why some of the characters were gay or trans or something else. It was because it was all stuff that fit him and the stories he wanted to tell, because Ivan Velez was I think if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he was Puerto Rican, and he was also gay. So that is why you put yourself into the characters and the stories that you write and draw. So that is why he did that, and that's what I want to be able to accomplish, that same thing. I want to be able to help people find those things that speak to them. And I'm not trying to preach at anybody. I don't want anybody to think that, oh my God, Blerd's preaching again. He's sitting here trying to SJW all over the place. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. Please, don't. That's not what this is about. This is honestly about trying to reach the audience that has been the most vocal and behind me. Like, there's a lot of people who just watch the videos. They may think I'm funny. They may think a lot of stuff I do is cute or whatever, but they're not necessarily, like, white knighting for me the way y'all do. So I want to reach that audience that is actually there and is willing to you know, do, like, they're wanting to see this content. They're wanting to see this content from Rob. They're wanting to see this content from Dope Spill. They're wanting to see this comic from Comic Story, but they're not getting it. And if they're not getting it from them, they want to get it from somewhere. And why not here? If they're not gonna do it, why shouldn't I do it? You know, it's not like I'm not gonna make any more money off of this than what I already am. I mean, if anything, I stand to lose money. If anything, I stand to lose money by doing this. But the thing is, I want to do what's right by the fan base, not what is right, you know, by whatever someone's twisted way of thinking is. What I'm trying to say here, basically. Dude, yeah, no, and I do. And by the way, Jarrell Boza, thank you, dude, welcome to the stream. I know I'm late. But yeah, no, that's exactly. Here, wait a minute, let me see something here, because I think I missed something in here. But yeah, no, I 1,000% agree, Lemon Piece. I 1,000% agree. Wilbur Robbins says Black Panther and the crew. Okay, so tell you what, here's what I got. Blerd has his handy dandy notebook, handy dandy pen. And this has been on the short list for a while. So Black Panther. And here's what I'm gonna do. And I don't want anybody to flood the chat. Don't flood the chat with suggestions, because I won't catch all of them. But what I will do, here's what I'm gonna do. And I think there's actually a section. Somewhere. Maybe there isn't. Okay, so it's time we make one. We're gonna put a section in the Discord. And like I said, if you don't do Discord, that's fine. If you want to put them in the chat, that's fine. I'll try and catch them. I'm just saying it'll be way easier for me to catch them in the Discord. So here's what we're going to do. Suggestions for BWF. How about that? Actually, here, let me make sure I'm putting this. Yeah, putting this in the right space. Suggestions for BWF. There we go. Okay. So it's going to be right in with the question section, but yeah, you can put in suggestions there. Just keep them respectful. That's all I ask. If you don't, well, you know what the rules are. You know what will happen if you don't. Yeah, but no, Gentle. I do agree with Jarrell Boza. Yeah, Gentle. Gentle is a great character and not as well used as he should be. But yeah, the reason what I wanted to say is I wanted to follow up is that Jarrell said something that actually really resonated with me, and that was that. Yeah, he said, he said, fuck all that other noise, brother. Speak your truth, and that is what that's there for. You should always speaketh your truth, because I don't know about y'all, but I grew up with a really awesome grandmother, and she used to always tell me that the truth is the light and shall set you free. So yes, I am always about living your truth. Steven Nebuchadnezzar says do Storm. I tell you what, I will probably do something on Storm. Since it is something that is always asked for. It was one of the ones I didn't want to do first, because I wanted to do characters that people didn't know. But I tell you what, I will do Storm. I'm not saying I would never do Storm. I would do Storm. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Danger. Sorry. I didn't mean to go there. Anyway, let's see here. Lex Bryan says, I hope to see Brother Voodoo in the MCU in the future. That would personally make me... Dude, I'm right there with you. I think it will happen because they did set up his brother in the MCU. So I think we will see him in the MCU. I'm not worried about that. Kevin White says, just dropping him. Oh, dude, what's going on? Dude, Kevin. Oh, by the way, Kevin White, 1/4 of the Smart Shooters. make sure y'all are checking out that podcast, the Smart Shooters podcast, the best there is, best there was, best ever will be wrestling podcast you have ever listened to in your life. Please go check out that podcast because that is your boy, the Blerd Without Fear. It's Kevin White and Sean White from Two Player Co-op and my boy Nick Shafani of Nerd901.com. And we talk about wrestling every week. And oh, by the way, if you before SummerSlam, we did do a video breaking down our predictions for SummerSlam. So go holler at us, help us get to that 100 subscribers so we can get that custom channel URL. We want to get there. We desperately want to get there. But thank you, Kevin White, for dropping in. I super appreciate that. Thank you for coming in and saying what's up. Because I know you're busy as hell right now. Because you're getting ready for school season to kick back in. Oh, let's see here. Brother Bacchus equals Yellow Knight. Sarcasm. Hey, look, I ain't mad at you, brother, because look, hey, it takes we all in this together as far as I'm concerned. We are all in this together as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. Insulting says, no need to explain, player. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everyone loves to hear from different point of views. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And Lex Bryan says we all would. Limpy says, once you make the catalog, people will love it. You don't know how many times I looked for info on characters of color and was saddened by the lack of videos. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm right there with you. Because, yeah, honestly, yeah. Now that you mention it, I do actually recognize Panther God. Panther God does do a lot of characters of color. And also another underrated YouTuber who I don't think Panther God and I have ever once spoke. I should probably change that. Here, let's see something here. I always kind of feel like we are in the same boat, but we don't talk to each other. Should probably change that. Let's see here. Bro says my mom was Scottish and the truth was always spoken. Yeah, no, dude, I 1000% believe. Maria has told me some stories, y'all. Dude, hey, thank you for that again, Kevin White. Thank you for that. By the way, also, dude, go check out Two Player Co-op. Why am I sleeping on that? Two Player Co-op, also go check them out because they do video games, do video game podcasts, let's plays, all sorts of awesome stuff, and they're funny. You should check it out. Okay, and Lex Bryan says, just get Black Panther out of the way and ride that storm, or the other way around. Oops, went too. Oh, wait a minute. Danger. We went too far, baby. We went too far, but that's okay. I love it, man. I love it. I'm here for it. Let's see. Compromise, then the Blerd, Black Panther. Look, we're gonna make it happen. Yeah, no, Jarrell Bosley, yeah, dude, check him out, dude. Panther God, he does a lot of videos about characters of color, and it's, he doesn't make videos as often as I do, but he does make them. I think he does videos at least once or twice a month, at the very least, maybe once a month, maybe closer to one. But, he puts he puts effort and care into his videos, and, I can't hate on it. I've actually watched his videos in the past. He covers characters most people don't talk about, which I think is, really amazing. He's done, as a matter of fact, I'm looking on his channel. I'm actually looking on his channel right now, and matter of fact, just so y'all, I know I'm plugging somebody else's channel on my own stream. What am I doing? That's because, because I'm spreading the love. I don't care. I'll spread the love. I don't give a damn. He's a smaller YouTuber, but he puts in the effort. I can't hate on that. Look, who am I to act like I wasn't at one point at 7,000 something subscribers? Look, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, you look right here. He's got a video on Blue Marvel. He's got a video on Icon. He's got videos on was this Harvey Deniverse 9. Calvin Ellis, he's got Val Zod, all that stuff, dude. He's doing some good stuff here. Talking about Dr. Leonard Williams. He's covering characters. These are characters people aren't talking about. He's not, and if I'm not mistaken, wow, he's not even really been around that long. Matter of fact, I feel like, no, wait a minute. He was around when I started, so I don't know. I'm just shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I do when I don't know what I'm talking about. I just shut the fuck up. But anyways, that I just wanted to share that with y'all. I just wanted to share that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Oh, real quick, I do want to answer one last thing. I see Kazapeta put something in here. Naomi, even though her first series is done and all, he says, what's next for her? Also, Excellence, would love to see her videos on them. Maybe Marvel ain't about showcasing black characters. Maybe need to review non-Marvel comics, and there you shall find. I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. I've also talked about doing indie comics. I actually want to get back to doing indie comics. I did it for like a couple of weeks, and people, the reception was mostly positive, but I mean, it was kind of lukewarm at the same time. So I am going to get back to here. Let me make sure I put a check mark on this so I know that I covered it. I do plan on getting back to the indie comics. I do plan on maybe touching some stuff that's not Marvel or DC, because I mean, that's not my life. I read other comics. I am quicker to read an Image comic or an Aftershock comic than I am to read anything else. I just read the Marvel comics quicker because, you know, for the channel more than anything else. And usually it's the ones I'm going to read anyway. Whatever. It's mostly, honestly, Donny Cates. Donny Cates, Scott Snyder, Sean Gordon Murphy, Jonathan Hickman, Jason Aaron, guys who I followed at Image in other places. They are actually, when I was talking about why, who I follow, I don't follow characters, I follow writers. That's kind of why I came back to comics. Because I did actually read one of their comics. I think I was reading something in an old comic that Scott Snyder did for like Image or something like that. And I was like, oh, let me go check out his other. Oh, he did Batman? Oh, okay, well, let me read his Batman run from New 52. Oh, wait, he's still doing Batman now? Oh, wow, okay, there you go. Same goes for Donny Cates. I read Baby Teeth, and I was like, oh my god, I read God Country. I was like, oh my god, this dude's amazing. Oh, wait, this dude's writing Doctor Strange right now? Oh my god, this dude's writing Venom right now? Okay, cool, let's do this. And same thing for Jonathan Hickman, the Black Monday Murders? And of course, I was like, oh, let me check out his Fantastic Four. And, you know, that's actually, that's why I say I follow writers and artists. I don't follow the characters as much. But if they line up, if the characters and the creative teams line up, perfect. You can
Cut the check.
Let's see here. Gerald Bose says, one thing I like your channel so much, you show black characters love, something hardly anyone else does. Marvel does a lot of black characters, not too many, but more than DC has ever, sadly. That is actually kind of really oddly true. One indie book you should read is Lazarus. Is so dope. Okay, I have to check that out. Here, let me. You're actually watching me put. This is going like, yeah, like Captain America in the Winter Soldier. He has like the list. I have the list. Lazarus right there. Going on the list. Let's see here. Who else we got? And I see Rough Rider says, can we get the story where Storm and Black Panther get married? I tell you what, I'm not against covering that. I'm not against covering that, Rough Rider 86. I'm not against covering that. Let's see here. Brother Bacchus says, send him an invite. Let's see. He says, I'm out, folks. Love my Blerd fam. Love 300. Dude, plus ultra, baby. Dude, love you back, man. Love you 3,000, man. Hey, take it easy, Brother Bacchus. I'm glad we finally got you in the Discord, homie. Let's see here. Stephen Abuki says, turn us on to some great indies. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try it. I wanted, okay, I'm gonna go and tell you right now, full disclosure, I wanted to cover The Boys before the show came out, but when I went back and reread The Boys, I was like, oh no, I cannot cover this on YouTube. Maybe if I made videos on Pornhub, but not on this one, dude. Every other page of The Boys is sex and violence, and I was like, I would spend more time blurring and censoring the comic than I would actually covering. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. The Boys is something, if anyone ever wants to talk to me about it in the Discord or something like that, I'd be more than happy to, but I'm not gonna cover the comic because it's too problematic. It's too problematic. Just watch the show. Let's see. But yeah, no, we're M. Clark, man. Peace out. Hey, gang. See you. I see you out here. We're gonna catch up with you next time. I'm about to get out of here too. I've well overstayed my welcome. I didn't mean to be on here this long. But we're gonna go ahead and get on down. And yeah, Spawn coming up with issue number 300. I might do a little. We may. I don't know. I feel like I have so much Spawn to catch up on. I'm so behind. I haven't read much Spawn lately, and it shows. We'll see what we can do. But anyways, I want to thank y'all so much. For those of you, I mean, I know the Blerd Cave started like almost, was it 2-3 hours late, and y'all still showed up. Y'all still showed out for me, and I appreciate that on the highest level. Y'all were hitting me with like wild super chats. It was just crazy and insane. I don't even like, that was just, yeah, it was just amazing. It was just amazing, and thank you for that. I appreciate it. Like I can't say enough. I really can't. But I want to thank y'all so much, and if you're gonna be watching NXT Takeover Toronto, I will be in the voice chat on the Discord here in a little while. I'll be watching alongside everybody else and enjoying it, and I hope I get to see some of y'all on there who I know are wrestling fans. Also, don't forget, check out Smart Shooters. Don't forget about it, Smart Shooters. You gotta go check it out. It's gonna be it's thing. It's a thing. It's a new thing I do, and I'd really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate y'all going by and showing the Smart Shooters some love, because we do talk about comics, not comics, but wrestling and all that good stuff. I don't know why I said comics. I was looking at a comic. Anyway, we talk about wrestling and all that good stuff, and I did all the channel art and everything for us. So I mean, yeah, go check it out. Like I said, we did a full breakdown of the SummerSlam pay-per-view card, and we roast the fuck out of it. So go check it out. Help us, like I said, help us build, man. We got to build up. But anyways, thank y'all so much. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you all next time. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Love you 3,000. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend, whatever, what have you. I'll see you all next time. Plus Ultra.
Soundscapes, what my dreams on. Gotta put my team on. Change for the beginning like a season 2 theme song. Cold world, keep warm, you've been warned. Crazy when they quote lines, and it's one of mine. This just the beginning of my story, like once upon a time. I'm waiting for the sun to shine through these dark days, showing them how to persevere the smart way. Never let them tell you what you can't do. Waving guns in your videos, boy, that ain't you. Gas them up like they flame, but it ain't true. I elevated, not the same dude. I paint the sky blue. They say you ain't like them other guys in the clouds. With my love, she my lady butterfly. Here's a tune till you reach the moon. Last lullaby, what am I? A mortal man trying to nullify stereotypes. I write answers, certified spiritual flow. I said hello from the other side. I revised other styles, made them urbanized. Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver. Dream weaver.
Keep dreaming.